Tuesday, July 20th, 1969.
That's one small step for man, one giant leap for man.
Good evening, baseball fans, and welcome to Lee Jordan Field in the heart of beautiful downtown Chugiak. We are so glad you're here tonight as your Chugiak Eagle River Chinooks take on their rivals to the south, the Peninsula Oilers. It promises to be a night of fast action Alaska League baseball. Tonight's game brought to you by the Alaska Club Eagle River. Now the starting lineup for the visiting Oilers. Batting first, number 7, the left fielder Camden Vasquez. Batting second, number 12, the third baseman Bobby Goodlow. Batting third, number 21, the designated hitter Giancarlo Servine. Batting fourth, number 22, the shortstop Skylar Messenger. Batting fifth, number 27, the catcher Jonathan Vila. Batting sixth, number 13, the second baseman Victor Carlino. Batting seventh, number 3, the center fielder Paul Stephenson. Batting eighth, number 26, the right fielder Travis Bohall. Batting ninth, number 28, the first baseman Jonah Hendrickson. The starting pitcher for the Oilers, number 23, Connor McCord. The Oilers head coach Kyle Brown, and the Oilers assistant coaches Rolando Sanchez, Ryan Doran, and Larry McCann. Now the starting lineup for your hometown. Batting first. Batting second, number 22, the center fielder Jess Davis. Batting third, number 23, the catcher J. Paul Fullerton. Batting fourth, number 15, the right fielder Mason Corbin. Batting fifth, number 24, the designated hitter Ethan English. Batting sixth, number 44, the first baseman Daniel Freeman. Batting seventh, number 9, the left fielder Trevor Choi. Batter eighth, number 31, the third baseman Jack Lee D'Amelio. Batting ninth, number 5, the second baseman Patty McCormick. The starting pitcher for your Chinooks, number 16, Trevor McGee. The Chinooks head coach, John Grove. The Chinooks GM and pitching coach, Chris Beck. The Chinooks assistant coaches, Sam Potter, Dalton Smith, and Troy Hervey. And the Chinooks broadcast team of Wyatt Wewell and Josh Salem. Joining us to sing our national anthem tonight, please welcome to Lee Jordan Field, Eagle River's very own Kaylin Benton.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Eagle River's very own Kaylin Benton. Let's play Chinooks baseball. Play ball is sponsored by Representative Kathy Tilton. Our umpires tonight from Grand Prairie, Texas at first, Scott Johnston. Anchorage's very own West High grad at home plate, Silas Drayton. And from Tulsa, Oklahoma at third is Marcus Dolan. A big thank you to the professionals from Orthopedic Physicians of Alaska providing the best in care, medical care, and support to both teams tonight.
Well, hello and welcome out to Lee Jordan Field, home of the Chugiak Eagle River Chinooks. They are facing off against the Peninsula Oilers, and the Oilers and Chinooks haven't played much recently, but have already pretty much played 10 games before this. They've got one game left. Josh Salem here with Wyatt Wewell. The starting lineup for the Oilers, it's Camden Vasquez leading off in left field. Bobby Goodlow bats second. The third baseman, Giancarlo Servine, the designated hitter, bats third. Skylar Messenger, the shortstop, batting fourth. Jonathan Villa behind him. And behind the plate, Victor Carlino at second base batting sixth. Paul Stephenson in center field behind him. Travis Bohal in right field batting eighth. And the first pitch sails high to Vasquez. Cleaning up the lineup, Jonah Hendrickson. First time he's faced off against the Chinooks, and he'll be at first base. A 1-0 pitch here from McGee, and the next pitch is fouled out. Camden Vasquez was the leader for the ABL in hitting for the majority of the season, basically the first half, and has fallen off a little bit. He does have 32 hits, a .314 hitter. Chopped to the right side, and it's going to be barehanded by McGee. Slips, throws to first, but in time on a great play by McGee to get the speedy Vasquez out for out number one here in the top of the first. A 0-0 ball game. Wind slightly blowing out to center field, and Wyatt Wewell is joining me. He's going to take us through the standings a little bit later as the Chinooks are currently in fourth place, just a little bit ahead over the Oilers. Looking for their 12th win tonight. And the first pitch here to Bobby Goodlow, the Texas Christian University Horned Frog. Coming out of Texas. 0-1 count, one out for McGee. Fastball sails wide. So we'll work with a 1-1 count. Goodlow, the best hitter on the team, .330 hitter, third highest average in the league with 35 hits. Pitch sailed inside, and it'll be 2-1. Chinooks will face the left-hander in the bottom half of the inning, Connor McCord, making his first start against the Chinooks. He has pitched 4 other times as a starter and fouled away. 8 doubles for the Horned Frog, 15 walks, 14 strikeouts this season. Trevor McGee, on the other hand, looking for his first win tonight. He's 0-1, 4.90 ERA, 9 games, and chopped in fair territory, coming over and going to go foul as J. Paul Fullerton unable to grab it in fair territory. That's one where, in order for you to get the out, you've got to get underneath it, make the grab, quickly throw it, as it was skied right in front of home plate. We saw Camden Vasquez do the same thing.
And even then, I'm not sure that he would have made the play, so going foul may have been the best option.
Yeah, I think he made the good decision of there, just letting it go. Bobby Goodlow on his walk back to get his bat. Some other numbers for McGee. He has 33 innings on the mound, 22 strikeouts to his 19 walks, 27 hits given up. Pitch missing low, a full count, one out. McGee in his last start on July 10th against the Miners, that was his first loss, a 15-1 loss. Gave up 8 runs in 5 innings. And he's looking for a big comeback from that. Bobby Goodlow going down swinging for out number 2. First strikeout granted to Trevor McGee. Giancarlo Servine up next, the designated hitter. Chinooks celebrating 50 years of the moon landing today.
And 50 years ago yesterday, the astronauts on Apollo 11 were asking for Major League Baseball scores, and Mission Control had to get all of them to them, all the scores.
First pitch, strike one, lower third of the strike zone to Servine, the designated hitter. Your umpires for the day, it's Silas Drayton, the home plate umpire, and then Marcus Dolan, the third base umpire, Scott Johnson at first. Big swing and a miss by Servine. He's down with a disadvantage 0-2 count, 2 outs. Chinooks looking to try and get the first 3 guys out in the ballgame. Skylar Messenger, the 4-hole shortstop, waits on deck. Big swing and a miss, strike 3. Chinooks strikeout 2 here in the first inning. McGee looking solid. We'll give you the starting lineup for the Chinooks when we go to the bottom of the first inning. You're listening to Chinooks Baseball on YouTube.com. Well, we're back for the bottom half of the inning. Chinooks able to get the first 3 batters out against the Oilers, and McGee looking solid with 2 strikeouts as well and a bloop grounder right back to him to get the lead off. The starting lineup for the Chinooks tonight, Pate Fullerton, the shortstop, leads off. Jess Davis behind him in center field. Batting third is J. Paul Fullerton behind the plate. In the 4-hole, Mason Corbett in right field today, his second start of the season in right field. Ethan English bats fifth, the designated hitter. The first baseman, Daniel Freeman, will hit sixth. Trevor Cho behind him in left field. The 8-hole is third baseman Jack D'Amelio and Patty McCormick, the second baseman, in the 9 spot. They will all face the left-handed pitcher for the Oilers of Connor McCord. He is a two-way guy, but will not find himself hitting in the ballgame today. Connor McCord coming out of Western Oregon in his junior year, Gilbert, Arizona native. He's got a 1-2 record entering into the ballgame, 2.76 ERA, making his 8th appearance on the season, 5th start. Has 2 saves as well, 1 against the Chinooks, 26 innings on the mound, 25 strikeouts to his 12 walks, and 15 hits against him. Chinooks have a lot of lefty-on-lefty matchups. The first 4 guys will hit left-handed, and ball 1 falls low from McCord. 1-0 count, no outs here. Chinooks trying to get the first base runner, and that's strike 1 on the outer edge. Pate Fullerton coming out of the University of Alabama at Birmingham because he will be there for the first time in the fall. Hit right back up the middle. This one has a chance to squeak through, and it will. Good job by Pate Fullerton. He's got the first hit of the ballgame. Jess Davis up next. And Pate has really been on a hot streak as of late. Done a great job playing shortstop for the Chinooks, and because of it, he's found himself moved into that leadoff spot. It is Disney-themed walk-up songs as well, so we'll be chiming in on that. I'm a huge Disney fan myself. Wyatt, you like Disney?
Disney's always been great. They just keep producing great content.
They do, and The Lion King came out yesterday. And, I've heard mixed reviews on it. I got to go see for myself. So, Toy Story 4, went to see that while I've been up here in Alaska and absolutely loved it. 0-1 count here to Jess Davis. McCord on the mound to pick off quick to first, and he's safely sliding in. It's a good move, but Pate Fullerton crawls his way back in. The Oilers rocking the red jerseys with white pants, black socks, and stirrups, while the Chinooks rocking the attire of navy jerseys with a grayer, wider pants. Ground ball hit to the shortstop, and they're going to try and get the out at second. Not going to get the out of Jess Davis, though, as Pate Fullerton is out on the force. Good play by Skylar Messenger. I'm not sure this is Disney, though, if you can hear it in the background. It's the Little Einsteins theme song.
I think they were
remix.
On Disney Channel.
It was on Disney Channel. I guess you count
That's
it.
Disney.
Yeah, that's Disney. You're right. So today and then the doubleheader tomorrow against the Miners, Chinooks will be rocking their Disney walkout songs. First pitch from McCord. Paints the corner. Strike 1. Here to the left-hander J. Paul Fullerton. Catching for the Chinooks today. Another UAB Blazer, as is Jess Davis at first. Way inside. Doesn't hit Fullerton as he turns his back a little towards it. Would have put runners on first and second. Instead, it'll be ones across the board here with 1 out. Wind keeps fluctuating between blowing out to center field, right field. Occasionally we'll go to the left of the pole as well. But nonetheless, it is blowing out. Delivery home. Hit up the middle. That's going to fall in for a base hit. And both Fullerton brothers have started off with hits. Jess Davis at second now on the fielder's choice. Good job of sitting back on the curveball. Lower middle of the strike zone, and a good job of poking it right up the middle. So the Chinooks trying to get on the board early here, and the last time these two teams will face out, Chinooks currently 4 and trying to do my math off the top of my head, 6 against the Oilers. So the Oilers will finish with the tiebreaker. Pitch misses low, ball 1 here to Mason Corbett, the Texas A&M Aggie. probably going to get a fastball here from McCord. Try and get ahead in the count. Delivery misses low, but was a fastball. 2-0 delivery here. Ethan English is the big right-hander and designated hitter for the Chinooks on deck. Mason, highest average on the team, 291 hitter, 25 hits, and 86 at bats. And a curveball right down the middle, strike one. Leads the league in walks with 28. And the 2-1 count, one out here. 2 hits for the Chinooks in the inning off McCord. And that pitch is taken lower third of the strike zone. 2-2 count here for Corbett. I think you got to work away to left field here. Big gap between short and third. Delivery. Capped right back to McCord. He'll throw it to second. Messenger. The throw to first. Double play will end the inning as Corbett grounds out. And we're going to the bottom of the first. 2 hits for the Chinooks in the inning. And they'll look for another good inning with Trevor McGee and the defense. Ethan English will have to wait his turn for the bottom half of the inning. We'll be back in a moment. You're listening to Chinooks Baseball. Well, we are back for the top of the second inning. Trevor McGee in defense for the Chinooks back out, and they'll be facing the 4-5-6 of Skylar Messenger, Jonathan Villa, and Victor Carlino, shortstop, catcher, second baseman, respectively. And Wyatt Wewell here with me is going to give you the standings for the current ABL.
Yeah, the Anchorage Bucks are still way ahead of the pack, leading the league, and the Miners are solidly in second, and the Pilots looks like they're going to finish in third as well. But the Chinooks are now in fourth place, a game ahead of the Oilers. But the most important number right now is our magic number, which is 8. For those of you who may not know, the magic number in baseball is how many games that the Chinooks have to win or the Oilers have to lose in order for the Chinooks to make the playoffs. So, for instance, if the Chinooks win tonight, that number will drop to 6 because the Chinooks won and the Oilers lost. The Oilers' next 5 games are all against the Bucks.
Yep, and when you're facing off against the number one team, it's always difficult. Chinooks have had their troubles against them, as has every team. I mean, they've got, I believe it's 25 wins this season. So, well, thank you, Wyatt, for the standings there. This one hit to right field on a line coming in. Mason Corbett will make the grab. First pitch, line out against Skylar Messenger. Here to lead off this second inning. And that'll bring up Jonathan Villa, the catcher. Good job by Mason in right field. Typically finds himself as a second baseman.
The Oilers have really struggled on this road trip that they've been on. This is the 11th game on the road trip, and they've won 1 so far, as that's a called strike down the middle. And according to their broadcaster, Casey Roll, their batting average on this road trip is 192 as a team.
And strike 2 is right down the middle as well via the curveball. So Jonathan Villa, the catcher, has to work from behind here, 0-2 count. McGee with 2 strikeouts already. He's looking for a third in 2 innings. Wind up and pitch. Going to be slashed down the left field line, and it's going to get out of play. So good pitch to spoil. I think McGee would like to have that a little lower. Was left up a bit in a late swing from Villa. Villa's had his strengths against the Chinooks. He's a 164 hitter this season, though, with 9 hits. And that just misses a little off the plate, ball 1. Good spot by Trevor McGee and company. 1-2 delivery, likely some off speed, and tried to go slider. Instead, it misses a little low. 2-2 delivery, 1 out. That pitch a little outside as well. McGee working with the full count here, 1 out to Jonathan Villa, the catcher, with Victor Carlino, second baseman, on deck. 3-2 payoff pitch via the windup of McGee. Pops it up. It's in foul territory, coming over, and it'll just land in foul. Stay in the park as well, but will get down. Finds a hole, and J. Paul Fullerton, that's really tough to quickly realize it, run over. I'm not sure even with a dive he was going to be able to grab that one. Big swing and a miss. Strike 3 for Villa. He chases it low, and the Chinooks will throw it around. 2 outs. Third strikeout for McGee. Carlino comes up, 231 hitter, 21 hits, 13 runs scored in 91 at-bats. In fact, him and Giancarlo Servine, apart from a 2-game difference, they have the exact same numbers. 3 doubles, 21 hits, 13 runs scored in 91 at-bats. Very rarely do you see stuff like that. 0-0 ball game, 2 hits for the Chinooks. And the next pitch here, fouled away. 1-1 count, 2 outs. Paul Stephenson, the 7-hole center fielder, on deck. In the bottom half of this second inning, it's Ethan English, Jano Freeman, Trevor Cho, 2 right-handers. First 2 to face McCord. And he'll lace one foul down the left field line as it gets over the bullpen. And Dylan Gardner going to quickly speed out, give the home plate umpire Silas Drayden some baseballs. The Oklahoma State Cowboy. 1-2 delivery, 2 outs. McGee looking for a final pitch here, and it just misses away. 2-2 count. Unfortunately, this will be Trevor McGee's last game for the Chinooks as a starter. May see him a little bit, as that's fouled back, a little bit in relief potentially, depending on how long he's here, but unfortunately he has to fly back early. So,
Yeah, he's headed back, I believe, on the 24th
yeah,
for RA training at school.
Tuesday, I believe?
Yeah, Tuesday. No, Wednesday.
Wednesday for RA training. 2s across the board. This pitch just a little wide. Full count, 2 outs. Three-two delivery. Hit hard to right field. That's going to fall in for a base hit for the Oilers, and it'll be picked up by Mason Corbett, who gets it in. So the first hit for the Oilers today comes with 2 outs in the top of the second. Brings up Paul Stephenson, the center fielder. Stephenson from Mesa Community College, and he's actually transferring over to Tennessee Tech, I believe is what it was.
Yes, it is Tennessee Tech
Tennessee
in
Tech.
Cookeville, Tennessee.
Yeah, Tennessee Tech. He'll be a sophomore there, and he's actually coming out of Kenai, Alaska, playing for the Kenai Oilers. 5'9", 200 right-handed hitter. Pick off the first, and that'll send Carlino safely in. Carlino this season, 4 for 5 in stolen bases. Another pickoff, and again, safely in is Carlino. Victor, pretty good speed. As a team, 33 bags have been swiped by the Oilers. Big swing and a miss out in front for Stephenson. 0-2 count, 2 outs. Paul and I had a pretty good conversation when we were down in Kenai. Wyatt, I believe you were a part of that.
Yep, I was.
Yeah, and he was telling us all about how he's transferring over. He's really excited to go to Tennessee and spend this next year there. As pickoff holds true, 0-2 count, 2 outs.
It's a good state, Tennessee.
Yeah, Wyatt, you know a little bit about Tennessee,
I do.
don't you?
I went to school there for 4 years.
0-2 delivery, pops it up to right field. Coming in Mason Corbett. He looks to be on it. Will make the grab for the third and final out. So 1 hit with 2 outs from Victor Carlino. Other than that, 3 straight outs, a third strikeout granted to Trevor McGee. Ethan English will be back up to face McCord in the bottom of the second inning. So Ethan English will come up to The Circle of Life as his walk-up song coming out of The Lion King, and that'll honor the fact that The Lion King did come out yesterday, the new motion picture. First pitch misses low to Ethan English. Connor McCord pitching. His fastball has been around 78, 79, 80 today. 1-0 delivery. Taken for strike one on the corner. English, 229 hitter. He's got 25 hits. Tied with a few guys in third place on the team. And this pitch farther out. 2-1, advantage for him. No outs. Wind blowing out to center field. The Bear Mountain in right center and a giant hill on the left side. People keep climbing up it. McCord's next pitch, 2-1. Inside, strike two. English thought that one missed a little inside. I think it tailed back in for the corner. A 2-2 count, no outs here. English trying to put something hard in play. Chinooks have 2 hits already today and are in the second inning. Popped it up. Yet. I have not attempted it yet. Inside, misses. A full count ensuing for the first time today for Connor McCord.
I believe I went up to take a picture early in the season. I think I probably got about 3/4 of the way up and decided that was good enough.
This one missing low. First walk for McCord. It'll start us off here in the bottom of the second inning. Daniel Freeman, the first baseman, up next. So Freeman steps in the right-hander's batter's box, a .212 hitter, 21 hits and 99 at-bats. He'll swing through a fastball off the plate. Strike one. Trevor McGee on deck as the left fielder for the Chinooks. McCord trying to work away here to these right-handers, and he will work lower third there, an 0-2 count for Freeman. Gonna have to work from behind. Time granted. Daniel coming out of Columbia State Community College, a junior there, 6'5", 212 first baseman, big frame. Hit his first home run a few home games ago, and he's coming out of Smyrna, Tennessee as well. Pops it up, skied it to the outfield, right center. Going over Stephenson. He looks to be underneath it. Will make the one-handed grab for out number one. Will send Ethan English back to first. And it'll be Trevor Cho comes up to another Lion King song, which is I Just Can't Wait to Be King. They're testing me on my knowledge for it right now. Jack D'Amelio, the third baseman for the Chinooks, is on deck. He'll await his first at-bat here. Ball one well off the plate to the left-hander. Fifth lefty-on-lefty matchup for the day, and it will be the final in the lineup for the first matchups. Chinooks looking for their first hit in this inning. The next pitch. Hit hard to right center field. It's going to go pretty deep, but still stay up for the right fielder to make the grab for out number two. That's Bohall. Travis Bohall able to grab it. Trevor Cho just missing that one. Got a little bit underneath it. And so the second out's coming via the fly out. Jack D'Amelio's my roommate this summer, and pretty exciting. His family's up here joining him today, and have to leave on Monday. But then he's got believe, a grandparent as well as a cousin, I believe, that are coming up. Pitch called for strike one, and I think that one missed a little bit low. 0-1 count, 2 outs. Jack looking for an 11th hit this season. He's at 10, and he'll poke that one all the way back our direction. Work from behind, 0-2 count, 2 outs. We'll send Gardner flying to retrieve the foul ball. Oh, 2 delivery. Curveball falls wide via catching it in the left-hander's batter's box. Still Ethan English at first base after the leadoff walk. One, two, deep breath from McCord. Delivery. Low and inside. Good take for D'Amelio. He's worked it to a 2-2 count, 2 outs. John Groth, head coach for the Chinooks, down on the third base side, and the assistant coach of Sam Potter in the first base side. All the Oilers pitchers laying out on the bullpen mound. 2-2 delivery. Missing low, and it'll work at full. Ethan English will trot to second here in a moment. And D'Amelio looking for a big base hit. Try and extend this inning with 2 outs. Patty McCormick behind him on deck, the second baseman. McCord comes set, full count, 2 outs. Delivery. And it's called for strike 3 inside. And looked like it must have clipped the plate or so. But nonetheless, first strikeout for McCord. And D'Amelio goes down. Chinook strand 1. We're going to the top of the third inning, a 0-0 ball game. Well, we are back for the top of the third. 0-0 ball game. 2 hits for the Chinooks, 1 for the Oilers. And Travis Bohall, the right fielder, will lead it off. Jonah Hendrickson behind him, the first baseman, and the top of the order comes back around here in the inning. Third up with Camden Vasquez. First pitch, check swing, and the appeal. Johnson says he didn't go around. Got to give a shout-out to Connor Menez, who was drafted by the San Francisco Giants in 2016, played with the Chinooks in 2015. Bunt shown, third base line. D'Amelio coming over, bare hands, throws across his body, and a good job by Daniel Freeman to body it up. That's a really tough play there. A good bunt by Travis Bohall. He's one of the fastest guys in this league, and he's on with the second hit. To lead off this inning, Jonah Hendrickson up next. Another word on Menez, who is an ABL top prospect. He is making his MLB debut tomorrow in San Francisco for the Giants. And they've been heating up as of late.
Yeah, they won 9 of their last 10 and like 16 of their last 20.
Big swing and a miss, throw down to second. Is it going to be in time? No. Bohall will get in there safely, put himself in scoring position for the 9-1-2. Hendrickson swinging all the way. He may have been hit and run, but first pitch is a strike in his first at-bat. First time facing a Chinook this season. Came up midway through the season. He's at UC Davis, going to be a freshman there next year. Coming out of Davis, California. 0-1 delivery and taken a little high for ball 1.
Yeah, so as you were saying with Menez starting tomorrow, that game is at noon Alaska time. So if you've got MLB.TV or some other method of watching that game, check that out before the Chinooks doubleheader at 2 o'clock.
Yeah, exactly what Wyatt just said, as we'll be giving updates on that a little bit as well. Grounded down the first baseline, foul from Hendrickson.
Hopefully when we go live, he is still pitching in that game.
Hendrickson still looking for his first hit in 5 at-bats this summer. Has had 2 against the Bucks and 3 against the Pilots in the 2 games he's played this season on July 10th and 16th. Pitch missing high, 2-2 count, no outs. Has a strikeout and a single walk this season. McGee coming set. He's got 3 strikeouts today so far in 2 innings. Can he pick up a big 4th? The delivery. Pops it up and out of play. Good pitch to spoil by the left-hander Hendrickson. Rolando Sanchez, the first base coach today, and the third base coach is Ryan Duran. Both assistants. Inside move for McGee. He will clear the back of the rubber and we'll have a 2-2 pitch ensuing. Vasquez grounded out to McGee to open up the ball game. He's on deck. Pitch falls wide, a full count, no outs. The Chinooks with 2 games tomorrow as well against the Miners. Majority of the games left are against the Miners. Strike 3 as Hendrickson chases high. And instead of going down to first, he gives Trevor McGee his 4th strikeout of the ball game. Camden Vasquez, the 1-3 ground out in the first for those booking at home. And Bobby Goodlow on deck. Servine would be up behind him, and the first pitch falls high for ball 1.
The Oilers have had a lot of trouble scoring runs and getting runs batted in. In fact, Damon Keith still leads their team in RBIs, and the last time he played up here was the last time the Oilers were at Lee Jordan Field on June 24th.
Yeah, and unfortunately for him, he broke his hand, got upset with a call, and punched something in the dugout, but he punched a wall, and he was sent home because he broke his hand. So unfortunately for him, prayers go up to him in his recovery. 1-1 count, 1 out, fouled away, 1-2. Yeah, Keith, he had 16 hits, and, you know, his 13 RBIs, as Wyatt just mentioned, leads. Calvin Ferris with 11 and Giancarlo Servine with 11 as well. They're coming up slowly behind him. Pops it up outside of play on the left side, just past the third base dugout. 1-2 count, 1 out. Chinooks looking for 2 more outs here without giving up that runner. Travis Bohol, who reached first base and stole second, had the infield bunt that was able to beat it out. Second ball misses high, tried to work in the off-speed, just slipped out. Defensively, Chinooks, it's Trevor Cho in left field, Trevor McGee on the mound. And in center, Jess Davis. Right field is Mason Corbett. The 2-2 pitch here. Strikeout number 2 in the inning, and strikeout number 5 for Trevor McGee is the second out here. And Bobby Goodlow up next, who struck out swinging in his first at-bat. Third base, Jack D'Amelio. At short is Pate Fullerton. Second, Patty McCormick. At first, Daniel Freeman. Behind the plate, J. Paul Fullerton. See if McGee can get 3 big strikeouts in this inning and strand Bohol. Regardless, try and get this third out here against Goodlow. Delivery, fastball falls high. Goodlow dropping the bat as not to swing. Hit hard to left field. That's going to fall in for a base hit. See if Trevor Cho, he can't cut it off, and that's going to be extra bases for Bobby Goodlow. He's hustling to third. He's trying to get there, and Pate Fullerton cuts it. We'll have to hold on to it as it's a 2-out triple for the third hit for the Oilers, and it puts the Oilers up by a run, 1-0 here. Travis Bohall led off the inning with the bunt single, and he comes in to score on Bobby Goodlow's RBI triple. Brings up Giancarlo Servine, struck out swinging, chased a few pitches off the plate in his at-bat. Back in the first inning. Big swing and a miss from Servine. Has 1 home run on the year, 3 doubles and 21 hits. That is Goodlow's 36th hit of the season, his 9th RBI. Big swing and a miss there from Servine. He's down in the count 0-2. Way out in front there. And if I'm McGee, I'm trying to throw something away here to get him to chase again. Minimize the damage of only giving up 1 run. 0-2 delivery. Big swing and a miss again. Strikeout number 6 for Trevor McGee, but 1 run in the inning on Bobby Goodlow's triple. It's 1-0 as we go to the bottom of the third. Chinooks trying to push ahead or at least tie the ball game. We'll be back in a moment. Well, there's the third Chinooks Lion King walk-up of the day, which is Patty McCormick here. And he'll poke one foul on the right side from Connor McCord. Chinooks gave up a run on a RBI triple from Bobby Goodlow, but Trevor McGee struck out the side apart from that, those 2 hits. And the Oilers lead 3-2. And that one fouled back as well. Paid Fullerton to retrieve it. He had a single in his first at-bat, and he'll be up next. McCormick trying to reach for the first time today. And he will not as he chases high for the strikeout. Goes down swinging for out number 1. Second strikeout granted to McCord.
I believe this song is from Aladdin. Would have been the Genie's song at the beginning of the movie.
I actually just missed it. I'd have to hear it again. I would know what it is. I just would have to hear it again. Curveball, and that somehow finds the zone on the inner half. Good pitch, and Paid Fullerton knew it as he nods in affirmation. 0-2 count, 1 out. Delivery. Big swing and a miss. 2 strikeouts to start us off, and both have come swinging high. So it brings up Jess Davis.
It's really hard for a guy to catch up to a high fastball that's above the zone. To get your hands up there and get around on it doesn't happen very often. It's a go-to strikeout pitch.
Well, Jess Davis comes up to go the distance from Hercules, and he'd like to see one go the distance to tie this ball game at 1 apiece. Next pitch from McCord is strike 1 down the middle. Davis, a Fielder's choice ground out to the shortstop in his first at bat. Deep breath from McCord here, 0-1. Curveball and hit off the end of the bat to the second baseman, who will make the hop and throw it over to first. That is Carlino. 3 up, 3 down inning against the Chinooks for the first time today. 2 strikeouts more from McCord. We're going to the top of the 4th inning, a 1-0 lead for the Oilers. Well, we are back for the top of the 4th, 1-0 lead for the Oilers. They got 1 in the 3rd, and Connor McCord doing pretty well on the mound as of right now. Got 2 more strikeouts last inning. Ball 1 thrown here to the 4-hole Skylar Messenger, who lined out to right field in his first at bat. That pitch just missing a little wide. McGee with a 3/4 sidearm type action. Chinooks games tomorrow at 2 and 4. Chopped foul right to the backstop. And that'll send the pitching coach over, Troy Hervey, to grab it. Starting tomorrow, it's 6 games for the Chinooks next week. That pitch is strike number 2. Messenger looking back at Drayden saying that's a little outside. 2-2 count, no outs.
It's 6 games, but 2 of them are tomorrow.
Yeah, 2 tomorrow, 1 against the Pilots on Monday, 1 against the Bucks on Tuesday. Both are on the road there. Hit hard to right field. Patty McCormick will slide and make the grab. And so that'll be a weak line out to second base. And both outs for Messenger have been line outs. Brings up Villa, who struck out swinging in the second. And then the rest of the week, it's back at Mulcahy Stadium in Anchorage against the Pilots as well on Thursday. And then the Pilots back here at home for 2 straight games on Saturday and then Monday of the following week. Chopped to the first base side, an 0-2 count. A good play by Rolando Sanchez, the first base coach. McGee with 6 strikeouts. He got all 3 outs last inning via the strikeout. And doing very well so far in this game, giving up 1 as well. And a good play for Daniel Freeman off of the hop. Villa will just make it halfway down the line and walk back to the first base dugout. Brings up Victor Carlino. And what do you call those horns in the background, Wyatt?
I think they're just called the Chinooks horn section.
Chinooks horn section.
I believe most of them are the vuvuzelas from the 2010 World Cup that are still being sold up here.
Wyatt, can you spell vuvuzelas for all of us?
I might
you
be
probably
able
could.
to, but
I bet you could. First pitch here, strike 1 on the outer edge to Victor Carlino, who singled in his first at bat. to right field. Paul Stephenson on deck.
Those vuvuzelas took over during that World Cup, and they've been banned in a lot of soccer stadiums.
Hit hard to right center, and that's going to be out of the reach of Mason Corbett. And it looks as if he's going to try to get to third as well. The relay is going to be over to McCormick. He bobbles it, and he's going to have to quickly grab it as well. That's 2 triples in 2 innings as Carlino gets a triple there. And this season, Carlino picking up his 3rd triple, leading the team. Only 2 guys on the team have triples, and it was Damon Keith who had 2 of them, and Victor Carlino now has 3. So the 4th hit comes here in the top of the 4th inning. Paul Stephenson up next. Flew out to right field in the 2nd inning, and his first pitch here is going to be worn just below the left arm. Travis Bohall up next. So the inning continues, runners on the corners, and still a 1-0 ball game in the top of the 4th inning. All with 2 outs. The damage has been done so far with that 1 run. Courtesy of Bobby Goodlow, the RBI triple last inning, opposite field left center. And now Bohall is up next. Runner's going to go in and out of the glove. A stolen base granted to Stephenson. Both Travis Bohall and Paul Stephenson have stolen a base today. Bohall, great speed. You got to get rid of it quickly. And this pitch is a curveball for a 1-1 count. Nicks the inner half of the plate. Carlino at third after the triple. Paul Stephenson, the hit by pitch at second base. And chopped to the left side. Quick play, and a good play on the back end by Pate Fullerton to throw him out by about 2 steps. We'll keep 2 Oilers stranded as we're going to the bottom of the 4th inning. Chinooks trail by a run. They're trying to get it back. It'll be the 3-4-5 of Fullerton, Corbett, and English when we come back. And back to the Little Einsteins theme song. As you guessed it, J. Paul Fullerton's coming up next. He had a single just like his brother back in the 1st inning. And both of those hits are the only 2 so far in the game. Chinooks down by a run after giving it up in the 3rd. McCord working out of the windup here. First pitch, strike 1, inner half of the strike zone. Mason Corbett, the left-handed hitting right fielder, is on deck. 0-1 pitch, and a big swing and a miss. Tailed back inside, and we'll work 0-2. So Fullerton will try and put something in play here, force some action against the defense, and instead, for the 3rd batter who's struck it, 3rd straight batter of striking out, J. Paul Fullerton chases high for that 3rd strikeout. And that's the pitch that's been getting the Chinooks.
That high fastball, it's hard to get your hands around. That's going to get a lot of strikeouts if you let it.
And Mason Corbett comes up next to the Lion King's theme song of Can You Feel the Love Tonight? And Mason Corbett can't believe it. That pitch was pretty low. And so it'll be an 0-1 count, 1 out. This pitch scooped up off the corner by Villa in the right-hander's batter's box. And as of today, the home plate umpire has been calling those low pitches, so the majority of them. And that's called for strike 2, about the same height.
Both of them are definitely strikes by the book.
I think the curveball maybe, but the first one definitely right at the below the knees. And try to get another lefty taking high, and McCord will not win that one. 2-2 count, 1 out. Pitch away, full count ensuing. 1 walk has already occurred in the ball game from McCord. A walk to Ethan English last inning led off that second inning. 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Next pitch from McCord. Chopped right back up the middle. It's Messenger who'll field it. Throw across to first. It's on target for out number 2. 6-3 ground out for those doing the book back at home on your couch. And Ethan English will be back up next. Reached once. He has got a walk today. Feels like as this song plays in the background of the Circle of Life, when the sun comes up at the beginning of the Lion King, just right now the sun is shining more, hitting to right center field. It's hit well. That's going to fall in. Extra bases for the Chinooks. Ethan English is hustling over. He's going to get to second. He's not holding up. He's hustling to third, and he's going to slide in safely with the third triple in 3 innings. First for the Chinooks today. He puts himself 90 feet away for Daniel Freeman.
I don't know what it is about Lee Jordan Field. We don't have a triples alley like they do at some parks. It's all uniform around, but there just happen to be more and more triples every time we play here.
Well, the Chinooks have 14 now on the season, and for all those wondering about the Oilers, they only have 5, and 3 of them are from Victor Carlino, who has 3 of them this season, as well as Bobby Goodlow, who's got 1 from today. So 3 triples today. First pitch to Freeman was swung on for strike 1. Inside, missing. Villa set up away. It'll work a 1-1 count, 2 outs here. Freeman looking for a 2-out base hit to tie this ball game at 1 apiece. Or do what he did last time here at home in this situation. Hit a 2-run bomb. Hits one down the left field line. Fair ball. That's going to bring in Ethan English, tie the ball game. It's extra bases for Daniel Freeman. It's not going to be a triple this time, but it'll be a double, as the Chinooks have tied it up 1-1, all with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Ethan English, the triple to right center, and then the double for Daniel Freeman puts himself in scoring position for Trevor Cho. Cho flew out to right field. Right center just missing a big hit in his last at-bat. Daniel Freeman hustling to third, and he's a heads-up baseball player because Connor McCord couldn't even hear Skylar Messenger from shortstop. And Daniel Freeman able to get to third base. McCord not shaking it off. And just like that, 90 feet away with a stolen base is Freeman. Big swing and a miss there, and that'll be strike 1.
Daniel Freeman is an incredible base runner.
I knew you were going to say it, Wyatt. I was just trying to pause for a moment. See what you'd get in. Bunt pulled back. Strike 2, top of the zone. Bobby Goodlow at third base playing back. And if you can get a perfect bunt down, now it's taken away because of 2 strikes. But if you can get one down, you likely bring in the go-ahead run. May try and go fastball up. Not this time. Strike 3. So Cho goes down swinging. Chinooks get 2 extra base hits in the inning. Tie the hit category of 4 apiece. Ethan English the triple. He comes in for the first run for the Chinooks. Then a double from the right-hander of Daniel Freeman. And so Jack D'Amelio will lead off the 5th, but we're going to the top half of the inning, a 1-1 ball game. Left-hander will step in to face Trevor McGee for a second time. He struck out swinging in his first at-bat, takes strike one. It's Jonah Hendrickson, the first baseman. McGee working quick here. Wynn picking up to right field. A check swing, third base side. D'Amelio fields and will set his feet, throw into first. The pick at first base. And there's the out. Good pick by Daniel Freeman, who had the RBI double to bring in Ethan English for run number one. And a good job by D'Amelio to quickly get rid of it to get Jonah Hendrickson. Brings up Camden Vasquez, who's 0 for 2 today, a strikeout and a ground out to McGee. Strike one, enter half. One out here in the top of the fifth inning. Pitch missing low is scooped up by J. Paul Fullerton. Laid an egg and figured it out where it went. 1-1 ball game, 4 hits for either team. Bobby Goodlow on deck. Pops one up to left field. Trevor Cho hustling over. He looks to be under it. Will make the grab for out number 2. So a 5-3 ground out, an F7 fly out. And Bobby Goodlow now up, who had the RBI triple to bring in Travis Bohal, back in the third inning. He's coming around for a third time. Mentioned earlier he's a third best hitter in the league in the ABL, and the curveball missing the corner. One-0, skied to center field. Coming in, Jess Davis. Going back is Pate Fullerton will make the grab. So 3-3 down inning for the Oilers, second time today, and it's a 1-1 ball game. Chinooks looking to push ahead with Jack D'Amelio coming to the plate when we come back. Jack D'Amelio up next to start off this bottom half of the fifth inning, over the hump of the halfway mark here. 1-1 ball game, pretty quick game. It's flying by. 4-4 in the hit categories, and we're just an hour and 2 minutes into the ball game. Bottom of the fifth. Chinooks trying to push ahead for the first time today here against Connor McCord. Bunt shown, pulled back, ball one, low and inside. Bobby Goodlow, the TCU Horned Frog, playing deep third base. Understands the turf is going to travel a little more. We've already seen a bunt single already for the Oilers, but not for the Chinooks. 1-0 delivery. Hit ground ball to the right side. Victor Carlino coming in will field and throw to first for out number 1. 2 pitches, 1 out. Brings up Patty McCormick, the second baseman, who struck out swinging in the third. Top of the order of Pate Fullerton waiting on deck for his third time. 1 for 2 today with a single. McCormick pops one up to right field. Going back and underneath it, Carlino makes the grab. 3 pitches in the inning so far brings up Pate Fullerton. Both outs to Victor Carlino. And Fullerton looking for a base hit to break up the 3 recorded outs in a row. from McCord. Lefty on lefty matchup again. And this pitch is off the plate. Ball 1. Both runs in the ballgame for either team have been scored with 2 outs. And the curveball falls wide, a 2-0 delivery. And the curveball hits the lower third of the strike zone there. McCord again out of Western Oregon. 5'9", 215 left-hander. 2-1 delivery. Hits one hard, right back to Carlino. Looks like he's going to get all 3 outs at second. And he will in the inning. 2 ground outs and a fly out. And we're going quickly to the top of the 6th inning. Wyatt, I believe that was 6 pitches in the inning.
I do believe so.
So a good job by McCord and not good for the Chinooks there. You want to try and link them out as far as you can, get him off the mound. He's holding the Chinooks to 1 run right now. It's 1-1, and we're going to the top of the 6th. 4 innings left. We'll be back in a moment. First pitch here misses wide to Servine, who is the 3-hole up here in the 6th. It is Servine, Messenger, and Villa. He'll poke one foul. Struck out twice today. One count, no outs. Here to start us off a 1-1 ball game. And we'll foul tip that one. 1-2 count. One-two delivery here, no outs, and it's been Wyatt. This game is just flying by.
Yes, it is.
It's been so quick.
I'm okay with that, as long as the Chinooks come out ahead.
Yeah, you mentioned it. This is a huge game for both teams. For the Oilers to get back on track, as that one's fouled away, as well as for the Chinooks to try and push that magic number from 8 to 6.
Yeah, talking to Casey Roll, who's broadcasting for the Oilers on ESPN right now, he said that if whoever wins this game will likely take that last spot, and I think he's probably right on that. It's going to give a huge advantage to whatever team can win this.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. I think whoever wins this one has the best chance, although the Oilers do still have to play the Bucks 5 times.
Yeah, they have a tough schedule, but if they win this one, then both of the, as that's fouled off, both the magic numbers for the teams will be at 8. So it'll be a neck-and-neck race to the end.
3-2 count, no outs. Messenger retrieves the foul ball, and Servine trying to find a way on here. Wind up and the pitch. Misses high, a walk for Servine. And so the first walk issued against the right-handed starter for the Chinooks of Trevor McGee. One hit by pitch as well, only 2 free passes, and Skylar Messenger, the 4-hole shortstop who has lined out twice, once to second and once to right field, is up next. Walk for Servine on a full count. That was the first time we'd seen McGee just a little bit off with his pitches. Ground ball to short. This could be 2. Fullerton flip to second. Patty McDermott throw to first. Right on target. And a 6-4-3 double play to start off this 6th inning. Get the walk against Servine on the first pitch here to Messenger. Second double play of the game, 1 for either team. Brings up Jonathan Villa. Strikeout in the second, and a unassisted ground out to first base in the 4th. 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Ground ball hit on just a light line drive, hovering off the ground. Foul down the first base line will ricochet to Mason Corbett in right field. So he's going to have to come over and grab it, throw it back to one of the pitchers on the mound in the bullpen for the Oilers. And, of course, the speedy Oklahoma State Cowboy over to toss some home plate umpire some new baseballs. 0-1 count. Check swing goes foul. 0-2 for Villa. Villa, one of 3 catchers on the team. John McKay got hurt, and Jonathan's been catching the majority. Adam Dapkowitz is freshman from Georgetown. He's in relief as well if they need him. And Villa, the junior from Ensenada, Mexico. Coming out of Faulkner, as is his teammate on the team, Heath Olive. Hit down the line, foul, right towards the bullpen. And barehanded for the catch, Jake Collins.
He's a catcher at heart.
He is a catcher at heart, and, unfortunately he's leaving this week as well. Early flight after that one's foul tipped. Right off the top of the mitt. Man, we got to clock this guy. Dylan Gardner hustling out to get it. He'll come on back here and say hi to us as well on the foul ball. White, you got to prepare yourself for the next one. We got to clock him. Find out exactly how fast he's getting here. And here he comes. No, it's going to be instead the pitching coach for the Chinooks, Troy Hervey. And that one messed up our nice get up here behind home plate.
I've got him clocked at 9 seconds back to the dugout.
9 seconds. There it is. Chopper right to Pate Fullerton will take the double hop, take his time, throw it high, but the tag is not applied by Daniel Freeman. He thought he got him, but that'll go as an error against Pate Fullerton on the throw over. So the inning continues for Victor Carlino, who is 2 for 2, a triple and a single today. Not the guy you want to have up here. And John Groth, the head coach for the Chinooks, is out, and he wants the appeal from Johnston to get it to Silas Drayton behind home plate. And there will not be an appeal, as it will go as an error. So the inning continues for Victor Carlino. You got to get him at some point, and no better time to get him than right now, trying to avoid this error. Via not the fastest. And the first pitch, strike 1, lower third. Carlino coming out of Long Beach State University, a junior, Lakeside, California native. And the big left-hander having a good day against McGee here. McGee trying to get him for the first time. Delivery. Pitch off the plate, 1-1 count, 2 outs. Outfield, infield straight away. Defensively, Via a few steps off first. No pick off here, and skied one to center. Jess Davis going back. He's tracking it and will make the catch. So apart from the error, a fly out to center and a ground ball double play from Skylar Messenger avoids the leadoff walk to Servine. We're going to the bottom of the 6th. Chinooks trying to push ahead. It's a 1-1 ball game. Well, hello and welcome back. It's the bottom of the 6th, and the Chinooks trying to push ahead for the first time today. They've tied it up with a run in the bottom of the 4th inning, and now it is a 1-1 ball game. And once again, the ever so famous song of "Go the Distance" from Hercules is going to play for Jess Davis, who has today a ground out to second in the 3rd and a fielder's choice ground out to short. And he will sit back on one, just missed the curveball right down the middle. So an 0-2 count to deal with. McCord might try and go fastball up here. He will, and it's fouled directly back our way. Man, I tell you what, White and I are getting our fair share of foul balls as J. Paul Fullerton comes to grab the foul ball. We've gotten our share right back here to mess up the camera for you guys.
Yeah, we apologize for all the camera movement. I'm sure it's not real fun to watch, but we'll get it fixed here in a minute.
1-2 count, no outs here. Jess Davis trying to be a leadoff here, work a good count. And he will smash one to right field. Pulled the trigger. It's going back. It's up, and it's out of here for Jess Davis. Chinooks lead 2-1. And boy, was that curveball hung, because it got out in a hurry right over the steal of the base. Banner in right field, and no worries here for the Chinooks, as their number one base stealer doesn't have to steal any this time. He can just touch them all safely on his 2nd home run of the season. And so the Chinooks lead on their 5th hit today. They lead 2-1, leading off the bottom of the 6th inning here on the solo home run by Jess Davis. Fastball up high from McCord to start it off for a 3rd time against Fullerton. He struck out in the 4th and a single in the 1st. Curveball misses wide, 2-0 delivery.
McCord tried to get that strikeout on the high fastball on Davis, and it just fell a little bit low into the zone, and Davis dispatched it quickly.
Oh, and he knew with that curveball, I mean, a pitch hitting it right where it fell. And McCord left it way too up. Strike 2 is going to fall in with a fastball in the corner. 2-2 count, no outs here. Big swing by Jess Davis for his 2nd home run of the season. Curveball smashed high to right field. Going back is Travis Bohall. Will he get to it? He will. A step near the wall, a little bit too underneath it. Was about to be back-to-back home runs for the Chinooks between Fullerton and Davis. Instead, it's still 2-1 and a long fly out.
Another Lion King song playing.
Yeah.
Can you feel the love tonight?
Yeah, can you feel the love tonight? We've mentioned it a few times that Mason Corbett trying to reach for the first time today, 2 ground outs. Chops one right back up the middle, and he will. That's a base hit. And Corbett keeps the inning going here with 1 out for Ethan English, who tripled to right center in his last at-bat.
And then came around to score on Daniel Freeman's double.
He did. Made it a 1-1 ball game. And now to open up this inning, Jess Davis, the solo home run to right field on the 2-2 breaking ball right down the middle. And even chest high. It's a tough pitch to lay off of for anybody. When you see it, that's the one where your eyes get so big because you're looking right at it and you're like, this couldn't be happening. And then you actually hit it and just sails over the fence. Jess Davis did have a home run that opened up his first at-bat in the Scout Showcase as well last weekend, but that unfortunately for him does not count as a stat on this season. Calvin Ferris warming up in the bullpen for the Oilers. 0-1 count, 1 out. Pitch in the dirt, and Mason Corbett stays put. As a good job by Villa to keep it in front. 1 out here. And Corbett the second hit in the inning. 6th hit for the Chinooks today. And pokes it foul. 1-2 delivery here to Ethan English. He's reached both times, a walk, run scored, and a triple. Another pitch from the left-hander here with the 1-2 advantage. Pick off to first. Tag applied, but Corbett safely in. Hard tag applied by the first baseman.
It was a good move, too. It caught Corbett off guard, and it almost had him.
Yeah, Corbett, a good lead, though. Likes to steal, and a big swing and a miss for Ethan English. Chases it high, and that'll come as the second out in the inning and the 6th strikeout. Wyatt, you know where this song comes from? This is called Shiny, and it's a crab singing in Moana.
I did not know that.
Well, I can tell you all about it. Big swing and a miss there as Freeman swings over it. Had the RBI double down the left field line in the 4th that brought in English. And let's see if Corbett can maybe find a way to get to second. And that one a little out in front for Freeman. He caps it foul. Sends over the left fielder Trevor Cho to retrieve it. He'll give us a nice wave at the camera. Or not really a wave, just staring up at it. Long look at the camera. 0-2 count, 2 outs. Payoff pitch. Big swing and a miss. We'll get 2 strikeouts to end the inning. But Chinooks get the second run of the ball game and lead 2-1 on the solo home run by Jess Davis. We're going to the final 3 innings. Top of the 7th, Trevor McGee and the defense coming back out. Well, we are back for the top of the 7th. 2-1 lead for the Chinooks after the solo home run from Jess Davis, the center fielder for the Nooks. In the 6th, led off that inning, and the Chinooks picked up 2 in the inning, but also 2 strikeouts. Couldn't get much else going for them. And we'll have the 7, 8, 9 up for both teams in this 7th inning. Paul Stephenson, a stolen base on the hit by pitch back in the 4th. Shows bunt down, lays it down, and it's going to go foul. He'll have to retreat and come all the way back to the right-hander's batter's box, and we may see the end of the day for McCord as Calvin Ferris looks pretty serious warming up on the mound. Travis Bohall, the right fielder, brings him his bat. Jack D'Amelio still playing a few steps behind second. Third baseman for the Nooks. Behind the bag at third baseman for the Nooks. Big strike right there to get him out in front for Stephenson. He flew out to right field in his first at-bat back in the 2nd. 0-2 count here for McGee. Hasn't had a strikeout in the last 3 innings. Had 6 in the first 3. Good take by Stephenson there, ball 1. One-two delivery. Chop to the left side. D'Amelio dives. Can't make the play. Will he throw from his backside and won't make it there? Good effort by Jack. but a tough play all the same. Stumbled a little bit, had to reach really far for it, and that was going to likely be an infield hit anyways. So Stevenson on with an 0-2 ground over to the the third baseman, right between short and third. Fifth hit now for the Oilers, and it brings up Travis Bohall, who reached with a infield bunt. Pick off there, tag applied, and not going to get him. Paul Stevenson safely in. J. Paul Fullerton out for a conversation with Stevenson at first base.
Joey Levitt started to throw in the bullpen for the Chinooks. Not warming up yet, but definitely starting to get loose.
Yeah, Chinooks trying to do everything they can to keep this lead 2-1. Stevenson, a stolen base today. He's got a big lead. Pick off there, and the tag not applied in time as it skipped up. It was a throw low. Stevenson was dead to rights if that ball's caught. Stevenson almost leaning towards second base. 2-1 ball game, and no outs here in the top of the seventh. Look to see if Travis Bohall will try and lay down a bunt. He will. Runner goes. The throw down to second. And they're going to say that Bohall was not in front of the bag, but it looked as if Bohall did try and show bunt, almost fell over, covering home plate. Instead, it's a second stolen base on the day for Paul Stevenson. It was very, very close, and now John Groth is coming out for a conversation, and we'll pause here for a moment. And that is a big call as well. You cannot make contact whatsoever with the catcher. And the throw from J. Paul Fullerton went a little left because Bohall did contact him. So now look for a bunt here from Bohall to move him up to third. And he will show. He'll bunt it straight up in the air and out of reach of anybody close to it. 1-1 count, no outs. Coach Groth wanting the appeal, but Silas Drayton, home plate umpire, says no. Bunt shown again. This time it's laid down. They've got him in a throw is to Patty McCormick, and he's out at first. No, he's called safe. The ball was dropped by McCormick. They had Paul Stevenson dead to rights midway between second and third, and McGee didn't see him. Just like that, change of events now for the left-handed hitting Jonah Hendrickson. And that goes as an error against McCormick. So a 2-1 ball game, and the inning continues after the coaches' meeting with Ryan Durant. Pick off to first, tag applied, and safely in Bohall. Look for him to try and swipe a bag. Has a stolen base today and a run scored. Chinooks in a tough spot here. Another pick off and a good pick by Daniel Freeman. So we'll let you know who that error is on. The McGee threw the ball high, and Patty McCormick, he held on to it, but when he came down on the bag, and he basically stayed on it. When he came down, though, he just somehow ball flew out of his hands. So it's a 2-1 ball game here, top of the seventh, and Chinooks up by a run. Pick off the first, the tag applied, and he's safe. McGee really trying to pick off Bohall here. And I wish McGee had just looked over. So that will go as an error against Patty. And looked at I wish McGee had looked at where the runner was. Bunted up in the air. Runner's going to go home, and it's going to get him in a rundown. They'll chase him back, give it up, and the tag is going to be thrown home as he is out, sliding in. Both runners will move up to second and third, though. Stephenson was better off just running home. He would have been safe if he just took off. Good play, though, nonetheless, by McGee. The throw from McGee was shuttle pass to J. Paul Fullerton. He had to spin around, and Paul Stephenson, if he just kept going, would have been safe. But instead, he gets in a rundown long enough for runners to move up to second and third. So the tying run 90 feet away for Camden Vasquez, the left-handed hitting leadoff. And let's see if McGee can get him swinging here. It's a fun one to put in the stat book right there for you, Wyatt.
It is. It's a 1-2-5-1 fielder's choice.
A 1-2-5-1 fielder's choice.
But once Stephenson got caught in that rundown and he realized he was going to be put out, it was a smart play to keep the rundown going and allow his teammates to advance.
0-1 delivery. Inside, too far, and so it'll tie the count up at 1-1. Jonah Hendrickson with that. This time it's popped up down the left field line, and it's going to get foul. So Trevor McGee looking for a big strikeout here, his first in 3 innings. And it couldn't come at a bigger time against one of the better hitters. But then you got to face Bobby Goodlow third up, and you may take your chances, put him on, and try and take Servine. Payoff pitch, poke foul. Still here in the top of the 7th, the 2-1 ball game. Just missing with the slider. It'll tie the count up at 2-2.
McGee doesn't want to give him anything to hit here. Likely try and get him to chase, but a walk isn't the worst thing as it sets up a force at any base.
Pops it up on the infield. That could be the best. It's Trevor McGee who calls for it. He'll make the catch himself. And the Chinooks with 2 outs here.
That'll do it. Exactly what McGee was looking for. Give him a fastball up, and he chased it and got weak contact to pop up to back to McGee.
And Chris Beck is out here for a conversation. We'll pause for a moment. And so they're going to intentionally walk him here as Trevor McGee going to throw here and intentionally walk the left-hander of Bobby Goodlow. Bring up Giancarlo Servine, 2 strikeouts and a walk today, and it'll load him up. Chinooks trying to keep this lead 2-1. It's been pretty intense in this inning, to say the least. A leadoff single from Stephenson on the infield, and then an error from Patty McCormick. And there's a 4-pitch walk there.
You know, there aren't a lot of leagues left where you have to actually throw 4 pitches to walk somebody. Now, most leagues, you just point at first base or something and say we want to walk him.
In the major leagues, you can do that.
Yep, it's kind of weird to actually see it happen.
So now the head coach of Kyle Brown is going to bring up a different hitter for Giancarlo Servine. And we have to wait and see who it is. It's going to be the pitcher himself, Connor McCord. And so somehow he's going to come from pitching into the game to hit.
They're just burning the DH. So he will come into the DH spot since the DH isn't on the field, which will leave 9 batters in the lineup and 9 batters on the field, and that is a completely legal move, I believe.
Right. And now now John Groth wants a explanation as well. I didn't think you could do that. I didn't think you can move your pitcher into the designated hitter spot. Solely because of the reason Calvin Ferris is warming up. And yes, he's a two-way guy, and you could burn your DH, but you cannot bring a pitcher to a DH spot. He'd have to start in the DH. Like, he is that person. He is that spot.
Yeah, I don't know that you can bring a player in who has already been in the game to hit.
Well, he says it's legal, so I guess it stands. All right, you want to try and look that up for us?
I will get on that.
We will let you know about that as well. Regardless, Bobby Goodlow intentionally walked, and now it's Connor McCord. Chinook's going to shade him a little towards the right side. Relatively a dead pull hitter. Jack D'Amelio at third base, going to shade. And Pate Fullerton right behind second base. Bases loaded for McGee's pitch here as it misses way inside to Connor McCord. 1-0 count, 2 outs. McCord pitched 6 innings for the Oilers, and we likely won't see him in the we likely won't see him in the bottom half of this inning, as that's strike 1 on the corner. Tying run at third, and the go-ahead run at second base. Chinooks trying to keep it 2-1. Skylar Messenger on deck. 1-1 delivery from the stretch. Chop to the right side. It's going to be fielded and flipped over to first, and a good play by the defense. Patty McCormick over to Trevor McGee for the 4-1 ground out. And the Chinooks keep the lead 2-1. They'll try and add to it in the bottom of the 7th, as they're going to have Trevor Cho, Jack D'Amelio, and Patty McCormick up next inning. Well, we are back for the bottom of the 7th inning, a 2-1 lead for the Chinooks. They have been able to keep it, and we did get word it is illegal to hit for yourself as a designated hitter.
According to Major League Baseball, anybody replacing the designated hitter must not have been in the game yet.
Yep.
And we do play Major League Baseball rules up here. But maybe the ABL has a rule we don't know about.
I doubt that, but all the same, it does work out in the Chinooks' favor. They do get out of the inning, and so it's still 2-1 here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Trevor McGee did a good job getting out of it, as did the defense. And Calvin Ferris working a 2-0 count here as he's in to relieve. Chinooks with 6 hits to the 5 of the Oilers. And Trevor Cho, I may have said paid Fullerton, I apologize. Trevor Cho is up. 2-0 delivery. Chopped right off the front of his foot, and that's not going to feel too good. As Jack D'Amelio comes over to grab it. And Silas Drayden, the home plate umpire, will give him a second to just walk it off. And we thought for a moment about that situation, that if Calvin Ferris had already entered into the game, then okay, it's legal. But Connor McCord, since he was in the game, he cannot do that. He can't come in to hit for himself. And we thought since Calvin Ferris, he was going to come in to pitch, then it makes sense. But that is not the case. Carlino will catch the 2-hopper and throw it over to first base for a 4-3 ground out against Cho, leading off this 7th inning. Still 2-1. Jack D'Amelio up for his 3rd at bat. A strikeout looking in the 2nd and a 4-3 ground out in the 5th. Jack D'Amelio coming up to Life is a Highway from the Cars theme song. Or from the Cars movie, excuse me, not theme song. And Calvin Ferris working here in the 7th. Works a curveball in for strike 1. We usually see Ferris both ways. And again, the last time the Chinooks will play the Oilers is tonight. Ferris out of Brown University, a sophomore there. And this pitch is strike 2 on the outer edge. Ferris out of El Cajon, California, as is his teammate Jake Finn. 0-2 count, 1 out. Ferris a couple of shakes. Doesn't like the first 2, and he nods at the 3rd. Villa setting up away. Check swing did not go around, and no! Scott Johnson says he did, and there was one earlier that we thought did, but not this time. So D'Amelio down on strikes for a 2nd time today. So it brings up Patty McCormick, a strikeout and a fly out to 2nd today. Chinooks trying to get a big win today. They're up by a run. And fastball strike 1 from Ferris. He missed his spot, tried to go inside, and he pats his chest, telling Villa, hey, my bad. Still got a strike out of it nonetheless. 0-1 delivery falls way wide off the off speed. 1-1 count, 2 outs. This time, it almost nicks the left leg of McCormick. He'll turn into it and get the advantage count of 2-1. And this one chopped right into the chest protector of Villa. And it'll tie the count up 2-2, 2 outs. Ground out from Cho in the inning. Jack D'Amelio struck out on a questionable check swing. And then now Patty McCormick has worked it with a 2-2 delivery. Ferris working out of the stretch. Delivery. Curveball hit down the line. It's going to be just foul. McCormick likely would have beat it out. Bobby Goodlow, a good arm, but if it just goes over the bag. And Marcus Dolan said, nope, it goes foul. John Groth trying to plead his case. Laughing it off with Dolan. McCormick lives to fight another day here. 2-2 delivery, 2 outs. Payoff pitch. Chop to the left side. Goodlow will back up, catch it. The throw is going to be high, and it's going to sail wide. So that's going to be an error on Goodlow to put on a runner here for the Chinooks with Pate Fullerton up next. First error in the ball game for the Oilers today. 2 for the Chinooks.
At the plate for your Chinooks, number 7, Pate Fullerton.
Pate Fullerton up next. Pate this season hitting .220, 20 hits of 91 at-bats. Him and his brother combined for 46 hits. As well as a total of 31 runs. J. Paul Fullerton tied for the most RBIs, and he'd be third up if the Chinooks can really get it to the next guy. Pitch missing low, 1-0 delivery. Villa thought that McCormick might try and swipe a bag. As for Goodlow, however, that is his 9th error of the season and team tied with the team most of Skylar Messenger is 9. Strike 1, enter half, a 1-1 count, 2 outs. Chinooks trying to add to their 1-run lead here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. And an insurance runner at first of Patty McCormick. Pitch is low on the off speed, and it'll work it for a 2-1 delivery. Fair's coming set, advantage to Fullerton. Pick off to first, and it's wide. And the tag was applied, but not going to get him. That is Jonah Hendrickson making the grab. 2-1 high leg kick. Falls in at the top of the zone for strike 2. Villa, when there's a runner on base, he likes to stand up, doesn't stay down to catch the ball. 2-2 delivery, 2 outs. Let's see if McCormick tries to run here. Chinooks want him to get into scoring position. Way inside, and it'll work full. Especially with Ferris's high leg kick. Now, regardless, he'll be going. The first baseman, Hendrickson, will back up. And it'll be a 3-2 delivery, 2 outs. McCormick a bigger lead than normal because he's not being held on. And he'll take off. Pitch misses low. A walk will put a runner in scoring position. And it brings up Jess Davis, who had the solo home run. Kyle Brown, the head coach, out. We'll pause for a moment.
So meeting adjourned, and Calvin Ferris will step back in here. And that'll be chopped to the shortstop. Picked up by the third baseman, thrown to first. And he's called out just by a step. So that'll get the Oilers out of the inning. No runs for the Chinooks. It's a 2-1 ball game going to the bottom of the 7th.
Skylar Messenger, the 4-hole shortstop up. He's 0 for 3 today with a ground ball double play and 2 lineouts. Jonathan Villa behind him. Victor Carlino would be third up. Joey Levitt's first pitch is fouled away on the right side. Trevor McGee finished with 6 strikeouts, all of which he got in the first 3 innings. 1 run given up in that third inning of play, as well as 5 hits. Only 2 walks and 1 hit by pitch as well. Did a very good job in his last start as a Chugiak Eagle River Chinook. 0-1 windup here from Levitt. Curveball paints the corner. Strike 2. Messenger coming out of Kansas as a Jayhawk in his sophomore year out of Nawat, Colorado. 0-2 delivery, hit hard to right field, and that's going to fall in for extra bases. And that is not the pitch you want. Skylar Messenger still hustling over. He'll hold up at second. An 0-2 pitch that is crushed to right center. Hannes Kindreich warming up in the bullpen.
You mentioned that Trevor McGee is leaving next Wednesday, and he's been in our van as well this year in the Wasilla area. I tell you what, our van's starting to look pretty thin with Brandon Cody having to go home early, and now Trevor McGee's leaving soon. We aren't going to need a van much longer.
Well, Messenger does a good job with that 0-2 pitch. Joey trying to go fastball away and left it a little bit too far in. Messenger at second, bunt shown for Villa. He bunts it up in the air and foul. Dylan Gardner coming in to play shortstop, and Pate Fullerton moves over to third. Bunts it right up in the air and out of play. Both were bunted for Villa, and let's see if he tries to keep it on. Chinooks trying to get one out here with that runner at second. And Ryan Duran, the assistant coach and third base coach, giving the signs down in the third base box. He may keep it on. We'll see. If anything, Villa's just trying to hit a ground ball to the right side. He's showing bunt, delivery, and just barely able to pull back. Ball one. Six hits for either team, and the Oilers have had quite a few of the extra base hits today. Joey Levitt, coming out of Biola University, has had a great season. Off-speed missing low, 2-2. Was named to the All-Star team. And Joey out of Garden Grove, California, will be a senior at Biola next year. 6'2", 180 right-handed pitcher. Joey this season, a 3.15 ERA, his 14th appearance. Swinging and laced down the wall and out of play. Right side, it ricochets just off of the bottom of the bullpen area to Mason Corbett in right field.
Sent a few of the Oilers scrambling.
Levitt's next pitch. Check swing, did he go around? No appeal, full count. Levitt looking for a big out here with Carlino on deck. Pitch from Joey. Strike three will get him looking. Villa goes down looking for the first strikeout, painted on the outside corner with the fastball. One out here in the top of the 8th inning.
Villa thought that was ball 4, and he was halfway to first base when he heard the strike call. It was a pretty quick strike call, too. I think he started to take off before the ball was even caught.
Yeah, he thought for sure it was off the plate. So Chinooks still up 2-1. 2-1 in the error category as well, and 6 hits for either team. I believe it is Heath Olive warming in the bullpen for the Oilers. Time granted to the left-hander of Carlino. Chinooks looking for 2 outs from Carlino and Stephenson to avoid the leadoff double of Messenger. Messenger just a few feet off of second. Curveball first pitch, strike one. Pretty good crowd here at Lee Jordan Field for the Chinooks. Quite a few people. Fans lining the outer rim of behind home plate. Curveball here just a little away. 1-1, 1 out. So Levitt will work with a tied count at 1-1. Hannes Kindreich warming up here in the bullpen. And the 1-1 delivery. Skies one to right field, and it's tailing away foul. Mason Corbett going over, slides, and will make an attempt, and they're going to try and wave him around. No question if it's been caught yet or not. The ball is on the ground, I believe.
I think Mason may be caught in the fence.
I think Corbett was caught. Skylar Messenger tried to tag up. Corbett's still laying on the ground. We're figuring things out here as the trainer is trotting out to right field. All the pitchers are down in the bullpen. Corbett is standing, so that's a good sign. But we don't know if the ball was dropped or not, and it's a foul ball. So they're going to send Messenger back to second as the ball was dropped, and it might have actually gone underneath the fence. Mason hit that fence really hard. We'll pause here for a moment and be back in just a sec. So Mason Corbett, sorry about that pause for a moment, but Mason is going to stay in right field. Coach Groth thought about making a change, but he's okay. He's going to stay in right. I think he got the wind knocked out of him. Coach Groth did not make it over there. Chris Beck did. And so I think Chris came back in, explained a little bit. Coach Groth with a smile on his face right now. And still a 1-2 count as that's just a foul ball. A crazy series of events, though, with that fly ball down the right field line. If he does catch it, it's instead of foul ball. If he does catch it, Messenger scores, and it's a tie ball game 2-2 and an unbelievable catch. This time it actually goes underneath, I believe, the fence. And whenever Mason hit it, he got the wind knocked out of him. So we've got a payoff pitch here. Hit hard to right field. It's going to fall in. Mason Corbett will grab it. He's going to try and throw him out. The throw is going to be close, but safely sliding in Messenger on the RBI single for Carlino. So we've got a tie ball game at 2 apiece. Brings in Skylar Messenger, who doubled to lead off the inning, and now Paul Stephenson's up next. Those are 2 pitches that Joey would like to come back with, not throwing them there. You have to break for a while, about 5 minutes of break, and you didn't throw a pitch, and now you have to come back out on the mound and throw something low. He left one up and inside for Carlino. Pick off to first. Carlino safely standing back in. Carlino's got great speed. Will he swipe a bag against J. Paul Fullerton? Big swing and a miss from Stephenson. Here with 1 out in the inning of a 2-2 ball game. Chinooks looking for a double play with Travis Bohal on deck. Honus Kindrak again warming in the bullpen. And the bat was just hanging out there.
Not sure how that bat got back there.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. I think Silas, the home plate umpire, actually threw it back to get it out of the way. I might be mistaken on that. Pick off the first there, tag applied, but safely in is Carlino.
That makes sense. He must have just gotten it out of the way, and nobody remembered to get it.
I can't imagine J. Paul Fullerton was moving it. Most catchers will just leave it there because if it happens to be in the way, it happens to be in the way. Ground ball, good play by Pate Fullerton. Will go to second, and the out there. The out on the other end will not occur. Good job by Fullerton to make the grab. Throws to second. Patty McCormick on the force will bring up Travis Bohal. So fielder's choice, 5-4 ground out for those keeping score. 2-2 ball game. Levitt looking for one more out here against Travis Bohal. Has reached twice today, once via the error and once with a single on the bunt back in the third. Pate Fullerton's back here, and I wouldn't be surprised if Bohal lays down a bunt right now. Pick off again, the tag applied, and I guess he's safe, as called by Scott Johnston. That was really close over there at first base, and I didn't think Paul Stephenson got his hand in.
He may have gotten under the tag or around it, but
he's got a big lead
it was
there.
close.
He's going. The throw is down to second. This should be it, and he's out by a mile. So it'll be 2-2 as we go to the bottom of the 8th. Great throw on a laser for J. Paul Fullerton, but the Oilers strike again to tie things up with Victor Carlino's RBI single to bring in Skylar Messenger. And when we come back, it's the 3-4-5 of J. Paul Fullerton, Mason Corbett, and Ethan English to face the new pitcher. Well, J. Paul Fullerton to lead off here. Chinooks gave up a run in the top half of the inning, and we're now in the bottom of the 8th, a 2-2 ball game. 7 hits for the Oilers, 6 for the Chinooks, and J. Paul, let's see if he can get his first home run of the season. First pitch from Heath Olive misses way inside for ball 1. Olive definitely with plus speed on the fastball, but let's see what he does. Last time the Chinooks faced him, it didn't go his way. This one foul tipped right to the backstop off the top of the mask of Jonathan Villa. Heath Olive does have a 2-1 record, a 4.41 ERA, making his 12th appearance, 18 1/3 innings, 20 strikeouts, 20 walks, and 11 hits. Off speed falls low, 2-1 count, and did pitch on June 24th against the Chinooks. He received a loss in the 6-5 game. 2 runs given up, 1 earned, and 1 hit. Smash to left field. Is it going to stay in play? And it will not. Vasquez will chase it to the wall. And so we'll have another pitch here from J. Paul Fullerton. Olive coming out of, again, Faulkner Jr. there. 215-pound, 6'3", right-handed reliever and closing pitcher, basically. Chop to the right side, just missed it. Carlino will make the grab and throw it to first for out number 1. Brings up Mason Corbett, who had a single up the middle in the 6th. Apart from that, 2 groundouts today. English on deck. Walk, triple, strikeout. One out, bottom of the 8th, the 2-2 ball game. Next pitch from Olive. Bunt shown, pulled back, ball 1. Bobby Goodlow back at third base. Olive coming out of Birmingham, Alabama. Been a 2-hour and 11-minute game. Pitch missing high, 2-0 here to Mason Corbett, the Texas A&M Aggie and right fielder today for the Chinooks. Olive trying to get in a strike there, and this one missing low. 3-0 to Mason Corbett, trying to pick up his 29th walk of the season. We mentioned that Olive struggles with accuracy and repeating it, and he's in jeopardy of giving up a 1-out walk. That pitch is wide, a 4-pitch walk to Mason Corbett. So the go-ahead run here in the bottom of the 8th is on base for Ethan English. Needs to be patient, look for his pitch. And apart from the fact that Heath Olive has a lot of pop behind that fastball, you know the saying, White, of the harder he throws, the farther it goes? Well, Ethan English, doesn't matter how hard the guy's throwing, he can definitely put it into the weeds out in left field. 1 out, a walk put on Mason Corbett, high leg kick, first pitch, checks his swing, and definitely went around. You know, usually after a 4-pitch walk, you take till you get a strike, or you take a few pitches, and Ethan, very eager to hit there, helps out Olive. Choking up a little bit on the bat. Villa setting up outside, and the pick off to first, it's wide. That's going to get away. Mason Corbett hustling over. He's got a chance to make it to third. He's going to be waved around. The throw is going to not be thrown, and now, just like that, the go-ahead run is at third base. Well, for a moment, I thought that Heath Olive might actually do that. And then it actually came to fruition, and I hadn't said anything yet. So the infield going to have to come in here, English, with a big at-bat to deal with. And we'll pause for a moment as Villa going to be held back by, told to stay back because now Kyle Brown wants a conversation just with Heath. Coach Brown a little bit heated there with Heath Olive. I think he was upset because I'm not sure why he tried to pick Mason Corbett. Nobody's stolen on him today and throws it away. 0-1 delivery here for Ethan English. A fly ball will do it. Check swing, didn't go around, 1-1 count.
That can't be easy for a pitcher either to be reprimanded like that on the mound in a tough spot. It's got to rattle you a little bit, I'd think.
It does, but all the same, Coach Brown means well. He wants to get some fire in Heath Olive with his fastball. And that pitch is caught low for strike 2. 1-2 count here to Ethan English. I'm not sure how Silas saw that one. I mean, the catcher's standing up basically to catch it. 1-2 count. Ethan English trying to put something in play. He'll foul one away. Good pitch to spoil for English. Big at bat, biggest one in the game as of right now. One-two delivery, 1 out. Daniel Freeman on deck. Again, Hannes Kindreich warming in the bullpen. Mason Corbett at third. Pitch is going to miss away. Good pick by Jonathan Villa. Well, here's something interesting for you, and I hope this does not happen, but if English strikes out, if it's a drop third strike, the first baseman is playing way in. He's going to have to go all the way back to first base. 2-2 delivery. And he just foul tips it, and it was picked up. And English thought it might have actually hit the ground. I don't think it actually did. I think it was caught by Villa, and that's the big strikeout. English down on the second time via the K. The other 2 times walk and triple. Now Daniel Freeman, a strikeout, RBI double, and a flyout. He'll look for his second 2-out RBI hit to try and put the Chinooks up by a run. Mason Corbett, the go-ahead runner here in the second to last inning, bottom of the 8th. Foul tipped off of the mask of Villa again, and that'll send Hayden Keller, the pinch hitter for Trevor Cho, coming over to retrieve it.
I think that hit everybody on the way through. Hit the bat, hit the mask of Villa, and then I think it hit Dryden in the chest.
Did it?
Played a little pinball there.
Well, it went a long way for all of that. And Daniel Freeman was hacking at the first pitch. 0-1 delivery here. And he'll get a swing again on the fastball. It was well outside, but Freeman a strikeout in the 6th. He's trying to get a big hit here. Needs to shorten up, try and take his approach to the right side on a fastball away. Take a deep breath, reset with yourself. He's waiting for Olive. Villa setting up right down the middle. Might try and go high. And looks like he will. Big swing and a miss. Strike 3. And the Chinooks chase again as we're going to the full inning, the 9th. 2-2 ball game, and Hannes Kindreich. Will we see him, or will it be Joey Levitt again? We'll let you know. Travis Bohall is going to lead off the top of the 9th inning. Hayden Keller in left field now. First pitch is swung on and missed. Everybody else is straight away here. Chinooks had the go-ahead run in this tie ball game in the bottom of the 8th at third and just couldn't get him in. With one out, and that's been costly today. Wind up from Levitt, delivery. Fastball misses low, 2-1. Big swing and a miss, chased away. It'll tie the count up at 2-2. It's Bohall, Hendrickson, and Vasquez. 3 batters up here in the top of the 9th. Wind up and delivery. Fastball sails high. A full count will ensue to open up this inning. Kindreich no longer throwing on the mound in the bullpen. And a right-hander warming up for the Oilers. Wind up here. Delivery. Caps one to the left side. Coming in, Dylan Gardner. He's got a good arm. Will he get him in time? And he's safe at first. So Travis Bohall with the infield single will likely force a bunt from Jonah Hendrickson up next. And so Ryan Duran, the third base coach, wants a conversation with Hendrickson here. Bohall with great speed, but we've already seen somebody get thrown out today. Might tell him to bunt, pull back. Travis with a stolen base and a run scored. And a little infield single there. Top of the order on deck. Camden Vasquez. Pick off to first, and no tag applied there. Bohall sliding safely in. Runner not going, and first pitch, strike one on the corner. Pick off there, and Bohall was a step off the bag. So he slid back in, kind of just fell back onto the bag. Levitt looking for a double play in his favor. Runner not going, bunt shown, bunted up in the air, foul. 0-2 delivery, no outs. Levitt coming set, runner at first. No, runner not going, and slides back in safely. Oh, 2 count. Levitt looking for a big strikeout. I'd pick again, though. You've been picking once, and not there. Went with a pitch out instead. Ball 1. Signs given from Duran again, and now Kindreich warming back up on the mound. Deep breath, delivery, runner not going. Skies one to the outfield. Coming over is Mason Corbett. Patty McCormick as well will be in and out of his glove and cannot make the grab. Patty McCormick, a long run over from second base, just couldn't make it, and new life for Hendrickson. That is a tough break. Double play still in order, though, and you'd like to have had it with Camden Vasquez coming up next, who's 0 for 4 today. So Joey going to have to pitch around it. Deep breath, pick off to first, and safely in Bohall. And you got to mix up your looks, but I haven't seen Joey pick off multiple times in a row yet. Have you, Wyatt?
I haven't.
He does not. Runner doesn't go, though. Strike 3 gets Hendrickson swinging. And he's down on strikes for the second time today. with one out here in the top of the ninth inning. And the top of the order of Vasquez and Goodlow, the next two guys up. Pick off again, safely in. First pitch, strike one on the corner to Vasquez. A double play helps the Chinooks here and gets them into the bottom half of the inning. We'll let you know if we see Heath Olive again on the mound in the bottom of the ninth or if this right-hander warming for the Oilers will be in. Bohall antsy to go. No going there, though, on the pickoff to first. Bohall goes, and the throw is going to be down to second. It's going to be close, and he's called safe. Man, oh man, that was close. Bohall got a great jump, and I think he realized that Joey wasn't picking multiple times. Didn't mix up his looks. So that will put the go-ahead run in scoring position.
That was a called strike, I believe.
Yeah, it's a 0-2 count. And the delivery. Ground ball to short, runner goes, and Gardner will get it. Throw to first quickly, it's high, and that's going to be an error. Gardner checked towards third to Bohall and forgot that Vasquez is very quick. That's going to be an infield hit. Even a perfect throw doesn't get him with how much speed that was. We'll pause here for a moment. Chris Beck out for a conversation with runners on the corners. Johannes Kindreich is in to pitch for the Chinooks. He's looking for 2 outs against Bobby Goodlow and Heath Olive, who's on deck. And I imagine Heath Olive will be taken out if he has to come to the plate.
Yeah, I don't know. He's on deck warming up. I don't know if they're trying to play mind games or what's going on, but he is not a two-way player.
I don't think that any mind games are happening there when you put a pitcher on. But they will, regardless, load the bases here. with Hannes Kindrike coming in. Don't want to face Bobby Goodlow.
The only thing that I can think of here is you put him there so that they think he's going to come to the plate, and you have a better chance of getting this intentional walk because you got a pitcher up next. But
well, all the
we'll
same, I have no doubt that they're going to bring in somebody else to hit. The question is, who's it going to be? And I bet you it might be Drew Thorpe.
it looks like he's getting a helmet.
Yeah, I bet you it'll be Drew Thorpe as a left-hander. I think he's one of the only left-handers left to still hit. And so it'll load the bases, but a double play would end the inning for the Chinooks. And it is going to be Thorpe. So Bobby Goodlow, second intentional walk in the game. He'll flick his bat back to first. Bases are loaded, outs at every base for Hannes Kindrike. And so this is Drew Thorpe in to hit. Third guy to hit in this spot. Helps when you have the designated hitter in that spot. you send guys all the way through that spot hitting-wise. So Kindrike will look for a big strikeout against him. And the Chinooks will look for a double play as the Cardinals will shoot for middle infield, hoping to turn two against Thorpe. One out here in the top of the ninth, the 2-2 ball game. The winning run, go ahead run is at third base. First pitch, strike one on the corner. Bohall at third, at second, Camden Vasquez at first, Bobby Goodlow. It was a single as well as a error and intentional walk. Next pitch, strike two on the corner. Well, if I'm Hannes, I can't slow it down here. You cannot give a curveball anywhere close to Thorpe because you get all the time to see it, you know, and you've blown two fastballs by him. He hasn't taken the bat off his shoulders, hasn't been swinging at all this game. He'll go fastball, strike three. Good idea for Hannes, and it gets him on three pitches as Thorpe goes down swinging. It'll bring up Skylar Messenger.
That'll put a force at any base to get the Chinooks out of this inning.
Brings up Messenger, who is 1 for 4 today with a double, a ground out double play, as well as two lineouts to the right side of the field. Kindrike looking for one more out here against Messenger with the bases loaded. First pitch hit hard to center. Jess Davis coming in, dives and makes the grab. Chinooks are going to get out of the inning on what a play by Jess Davis to rob Skylar Messenger of a bases loaded hit. And of all the people to do it, that's the guy you want. And a good job by Kindrike to come in as well and get a big strikeout against the pinch hitter of Drew Lowe. We are going to the bottom of the ninth, the 2-2 ball game. Chinooks will try and win it in grand fashion here against the Oilers, as it's a 2-2 ball game, bottom of the ninth. Bases were loaded in the top half of the inning, and one out. Hannes Kindreit came in, got a big strikeout, and a line out to center as Hayden Keller will come up next and try and get things started here in the bottom of the ninth. He'll be facing off against Travis Roberts, the Benedictine University at Mesa junior out of Phoenix, Arizona, and 6'2" right-hander on the mound. He's worked ball one upstairs to Hayden Keller, his first at-bat today. Came in for Trevor Cho, spiked in the dirt, ball two. No one warming in the bullpen. Some more numbers on Roberts. He's got an 0-1 record, 4.50 ERA, making his fourth appearance of the season in 4 innings. So far this season, he has 3 strikeouts, 2 walks, and 6 hits given up. 2-0 pitch, runs wide. It's 3-0.
He wants no part of Hayden Keller.
Well, it seems that way. I'm not sure he's trying to miss right here. You don't want to put the leadoff guy on 4 pitches, but he will. So a leadoff walk here in the 9th inning. And that's going to send the bullpen to try and get somebody going quickly. Or maybe not. They're all just standing around. That's Heath Olive down there. They may not have anybody ready to go. Somebody's trying to put on a jersey. He had already been broken up, changed out, and it brings up Dylan Gardner, and Dylan Gardner hitting for Jack D'Amelio. Patty McCormick on deck. And we'll have to see what happens here.
That is Brian Wu putting on a jersey, but he doesn't have his baseball pants on either.
Yeah, Silas Drayton was singing the song to Dylan Gardner from Aladdin. Keller draws the 4-pitch walk, and Dylan shows bunt, pulls back, ball 5 in a row. Long look for Roberts here. And the bunt shown again. Bunted, laid down. Straight back to him. Hayden Keller will get to second. The throw is a little wide, but he stays on the bag. Good sack bunt for Dylan Gardner. Puts the go-ahead run and winning run in scoring position at second. Brings out Joe Brazil hitting for Patty McCormick. And he's going to rock a walk-up song from the Jungle Book called I Want to Be Like You. And Wyatt, I think you know this one, right? It's the monkeys all singing. Have you seen the Jungle Book?
I do, yeah. I used to watch it a lot when I was younger. Had the VHS tape. I just watch and rewind it and start over.
And keep rewatching it. Yeah, it's like a 7-minute rewind. One out here in the bottom of the ninth, 2-2 ball game. Hayden Keller. Pitch taken in the dirt for ball 1 to Joe Brazil. Dylan Gardner, a perfect sack bunt. The throw from Roberts over to first base as well to Hendrickson for the out. But one out here. Chinooks have 2 chances. Try and get him in. And they're shading Joe Brazil. Big gap between first and second. Curveball just upstairs. 2-0.
That almost fell into the strike zone.
Yeah, I think it may have been a little bit high. Hit off the end of the bat, shallow center. Coming in as Stephenson will make the grab for the second out. So it'll be up to Pate Fullerton here in the bottom of the ninth. Try and get a base hit to bring in Hayden Keller for the win.
If there's anybody on this team that I want up in this spot, it would be one of the Fullerton brothers. They've both been on fire lately.
Yeah, him, Jess Davis, J. Paul. Jess is on deck right now. Mason Corbett. I mean, some big guys who've really taken off as of late. And Pate Fullerton trying to be the hero here. Big swing and a miss there. Chases the changeup away. 0-1 ball game, 2 outs. Catcher setting up away. The delivery. Inside. Misses spot. 1-1 count. Bottom of the ninth. Runner at second base is Hayden Keller. And the pitch missing low, 2-1. Jess Davis waiting on deck as the center fielder who made a diving stab to rob Skylar Messenger of the go-ahead run hit. Would have likely actually brought in at least 2 if that ball gets by Davis. Has a chance to bring in way more. Big swing there. 2-2 count, 2 outs. Chinooks a strike away from going into extra innings, but Pate Fullerton going to have to choke up, put something in play here, force some action in this 2-2 ball game, bottom of the ninth. Deep breath for Roberts and his delivery. He will get him. Strike 3, and we'll go to the 10th inning of this 2-2 ball game. Well, we're in extras again here at Lee Jordan Field. It's a 2-2 ball game and the top of the 10th inning. Hannes Kindreich still dealing on the mound, and he'll face Jonathan Villa, Victor Carlino, Paul Stephenson. Villa taking ball 1 low. It's Joe Brazil at third. Dylan Gardner moves to second as Pate Fullerton moves back to short for the second time today. Hayden Keller again in left, Jess in center, and in right field Mason Corbett pops it up and out of play, 1-1 count.
And just a reminder, these two teams are playing for the 4th playoff spot, and if the Chinooks can win this game, it would be a full game swing in their favor.
Yeah, so basically they'd move 8, the magic number of 8 down to 6.
Yes.
We explained that earlier. Ground ball, and it's going to get through. Base hit for Villa. Pokes one to the right side, and that's going to bring up Victor Carlino, who's had the day of his life today. A single in the second, a triple in the 4th. Fly out to center in the 6th was the only time he's been retired, and the RBI single in the 8th.
I think he's due for a double play.
Yeah, you know, something bad's got to happen eventually, right? So, fly out wasn't good enough. Maybe a ground ball double play, but all the same, I would be shocked if he's not bunting here. He does show bunt, pulls back ball 1. Joe Brazil playing very in at third base. At first, Villa. Not good speed. Bunt shown again. Laid down first base side. It'll be picked up by Kindreich. He'll throw to first right on time. Throw is back to second. And Pate Fullerton with the grab. Villa safely at second base on the sack bunt from Carlino, brings up Paul Stephenson.
Villa got a little scared there. He had rounded, and he was a few steps off of second when the throw came over. He had to reach his leg over quickly to get it back in.
Yeah, Daniel Freeman, a heads-up play, try and get him on the back. Because most of the time, when you're running, you don't go just standing up on second base. Try and round it and look at the play, but those heads up there. Paul Stephenson, a right-handed hitting center fielder, is up next. And he'll take ball one high. Travis Bohall on deck. He has reached twice with infield hits. Once on a bunt, once on a single to the left side. That kid is fast. Him and Camden Vasquez are very quick. Hit hard, right at the line drive. The throw to second. Is he in time? He's safe. Good job by Pate Fullerton to catch it.
Another heads-up play to try and double him up at second. He did get back in safely, but to think that quickly, to catch it and immediately throw to second was a good job on Fullerton's part.
Just missed the base hit. It'll bring up Travis Bohall, who has had his proficiency on the infield. An error from the second baseman reached him, and then two singles. In the dirt, and what a block by J. Paul Fullerton. It's about as fine a block right off the turf that you're going to see. Right into the glove. Hit the replay, Wyatt. I'm just kidding. We don't have that. But maybe someday. 1-0 count, 2 outs. Villa at second as the potential go-ahead run. A 2-2 ball game. Kendrick just staring at him. The next pitch. Falls high, 2-0 to Travis Bohall. On deck is Hendrickson. Actually, it's Jaden Fine as a pinch hitter. Pops one up to right field. It's hit well. Going back, Jess Davies. He's got a long run, and he'll make the grab. So a long fly out for Bohall. Will strand Villa. We're going to the bottom of the 10th inning. Chinooks looking to win it. They're going to be facing Travis Roberts again for the 10th inning. We'll be back in a moment. You're listening to Chinooks Baseball. Well, let's see if Jess Davis, for a third time, can go the distance this season. He already has it one time this season, and he's facing Travis Roberts. who came in last inning, gave up a leadoff walk on 4 pitches to Hayden Keller. And the first one here is strike 1 to Jess Davis. Smashes one to right field. It's going to be going back and directly at the right fielder as it tails down. Travis Bohall making the catch for out number 1.
That was a hard hit baseball.
Boy, the ball was absolutely crushed, and you would have liked to see that one get going. It'll bring up J. Paul Fullerton, who almost had a home run, his first of the season earlier. It instead was on the warning track. We're in the bottom of the 10th inning of a 2-2 ball game. 9 hits for the Oilers, 6 for the Chinooks. First pitch here to Fullerton. Taken high for ball 1. I mean, we thought for sure off the bat Jess's was going to fall next to the wall, but Travis Bohall with great speed runs it down. 1-0 delivery. Ball misses low, 2-0. And a big swing there would have been ball 3. Instead, it's 2-1, 1 out. On deck, Mason Corbett. And Wyatt, you mentioned it earlier, no subs left.
Nothing left for the Chinooks in the dugout as
Unless
far
you
as
want the
position
pitchers
players.
to hit.
Yeah, as far as
Unless you want
position
the
players
pitchers
go.
to hit. Yeah. 2-1 pitch. Might go with the changeup again. And J. Paul chases high for a second time. So it'll be a 2-2 count, 1 out. And he knew it as soon as he took off.
Yeah, you could hear him grunting at himself.
I think he was also upset that he didn't hit it out. Needs to be patient here, put something in play. Hitting for strike 3 on the inner half. Via setup away, caught it inside, and I guess it hit, and so it'll be the second out. So it'll bring up Mason Corbett. Try and get things going here with Ethan English on deck. Bohall, a line out from Jess Davis to get first out. Check swing there, strike 1 against Mason Corbett, bottom half of the zone. Walk, single for him today, and 2 groundouts, including a double play. High, and that'll tie the count up at 1-1. Travis Roberts shakes his head a few times and gets the pitch. It's outside. 2-1 count. Roberts getting his most innings today. Right-hander warming in the bullpen as well for the Oilers. 2-1 delivery. Misses low and outside. 3-1 count. Couple of shakes, gets it, and likely going to see a fastball here, 3-1. Misses low, and a 5-pitch walk will put Mason Corbett on with his 30th walk of the season and season high right there. He's leading the league in the ABL. Keeps setting the season highs. And Ethan English would like to just put everybody out of their misery in this game in the extra innings. Maybe hit a nice bomb. Well, the Pilots beat the Bucks yesterday, 12-2, and they're currently beating them 7-2 right now in the bottom of the 9th inning. First pitch misses low from the curveball, ball 1 to Ethan English. English trying to get it to the next guy or maybe end it right here with the winning run of Mason Corbett at first base. Pitch missing low on a curveball again. 2-0 delivery. This is a big pitch for him. You got to be patient if you're Ethan. You got to recognize it early and swing try and get an extra base hit. Camden Vasquez playing deep in left field, pretty close to the wall. 2-0 delivery. Check swing. Did he go around? And he did not. 3-0 count. 3 straight curveballs, all 3 low. Looking at Kyle Brown, the head coach for the Oilers, and he is nervous as ever right now in the first base dugout. .30 pitch here to Ethan English. Pick off the first, and Corbett was probably a step off of first base. He literally just leaned over, keep his head out of getting hit, and stepped on the bag. Curveball, strike 1. Pretty interesting to go 4 straight curveballs here to Ethan English.
Does not want to give him a fastball that he can punch to left field. But he may have to.
Or he may just give him a 5th straight curveball right here. He will. It's chopped to the left side, foul. And that would have been ball 4. Instead, it's going to be a 3-2 count, 2 outs. So English will have to battle here, a full count, 2 outs. Mason Corbett will be on the move. And Jaden Fine going to be told by Kyle Brown to hold him on. English looking for an extra base hit here, try and bring in the winning run. 3-2 delivery, payoff pitch. Hit hard up the middle, base hit. Mason Corbett's going to hustle around to third, and Stevenson just going to get him in. The winning run, 90 feet away, and Mason Corbett goes first to third on Ethan English's second hit of the day. Good swing, laces one up the middle. We'll pause for a moment. Kyle Brown out for a conversation with Travis Roberts. Well, the Chinooks looking for Daniel Freeman here to get a base hit and close out this game. It's a 2-2 ball game. Ethan English, the single up the middle. And now Jaden Fine going to play back here from first base. Is not expecting Ethan English to go. He's a few steps off first. You want to avoid the force out at second, but Freeman looking for a base hit. Big swing and a miss there from Jake Adams, who has come in to pitch. He is the sixth guy in the game here in the bottom of the 10th. 2-3 record, 4.87 ERA, eighth appearance, and his third time not pitching as a starter. Pitch missing low. It'll work at 1-1 here with runners on the corners. Mason Corbett, the 2-out walk, and moved up all the way to third base. 24 innings pitched, 22 strikeouts to 27 walks for Jake Adams. Pops it up, and coming over is Villa. It'll get out of play. So a 1-2 count, 2 outs. Coach Groth giving the encouragement there. Right-hander warming in the bullpen for the Oilers. They're trying to throw everybody today. 1-2 count. Fastball falls way outside, works at 2-2. Good take for Daniel Freeman. He's been down on strikes twice today with that pitch. If I'm Ethan, I'm taking off. And that's going to hit the knob of the bat, I believe.
Yeah, it hit the knob of the bat just under the hands.
And so Hayden Keller will come over. Thought for a second to hit him in the elbow, but it was definitely inside. And so it comes as a 2-2 count, still 2 outs. Corbett trying to find his way in. Daniel Freeman trying to get him there. Next pitch here from Adams. Broken bat as it's hit to the right side, coming over and making the play. Jaden Fine with the unassisted out. Chinook strand 2. We're going to extras again. It's the top of the 11th we go. 2-2 ball game.
So it's going to be Hannes Kindreich back on the mound for the Chinooks as Jaden Fine steps up to the plate. He's newly into this ball game, being the first baseman in the top of the inning, or in the bottom of the 10th. And the first pitch is a curveball away. Ball 1.
This pitch is hit to deep left center field, and Jaden Fine has a base hit. He's hustling to second base. They'll get it in quickly, but that is going to be a leadoff double for Fine off of Kindreich. And so they're going to start warming up. I believe Corbin Barker in the bullpen for Camden Vasquez, who's likely to bunt here with Bobby Goodlow, who will likely get an intentional walk regardless when he comes back up. Here in the 10th inning, a 2-2 ball game. Excuse me, here in the 11th inning, a 2-2 ball game. Been a long one. So Fine comes in, gets the leadoff double to left center, and bunt shown here from Camden Vasquez. He can't get one down. It's popped up. Ten hits for the Oilers now. Half have come as extra base hits. Bunt shown again. Down the third base line. Joe Brazil will take it. Throw across to first and the play, and he's out at first base. Good play by Joe Brazil. Good job by Dylan Gardner covering. And now it's going to be Bobby Goodlow up next. In the bottom half of the 11th, it's the 7, 8, 9 of Hayden Keller, Dylan Gardner, and Joe Brazil. Pause for a moment as J. Paul Fullerton wants a conversation with Kindrite. We're back, resuming play here, and Bobby Goodlow getting intentionally walked. He's right on the edge of the left-hander's batter's box. He's got his toes on the edge of the left-hander's batter's box. If he steps out at all and tries to swing, as that pitch is, I think he could definitely touch it from where it is right now.
I think he's trying to. If that pitch is a little bit inside and he puts it in play, it's probably a run for the Oilers.
Here's the problem now. His toes are outside of the box. That pitch is going to be ball 3.
He's now standing almost on the plate.
Yeah, and you've got a pinch hitter. It's not going to be Drew Thorpe. It'll be a new left-hander as it's the third intentional walk in 3 appearances. And now in to hit is John McKay. And I was told John McKay is actually injured, but he's going to try and hit here. So if you get him to ground out here, you can potentially turn a quick double play against him. As of right now, he is injured. So middle infield looking to turn a double play here. If you realize that you can't, you got to get an out no matter what. But if you can, try and get Jaden Fine from coming home. McKay shows bunt, and he will miss right through it. Jaden Fine isn't going automatic. He's trying to read it.
He isn't going automatic, but he was about halfway to third base because there's nobody covering. Or, yeah, to home from third base because there's nobody covering third.
Pick off to first, safely in, Bobby Goodlow. Makes you a little antsy every time you see a pickoff that direction for anybody. Seen one thrown away already. Bunt shown here. Delivery. Curveball. Bunted fair. It's going to be picked up by Freeman, and he will tag him for the out. And so we've got 2 outs now as Jaden Fine held up at third base. He thought it was off his foot, but we got no appeal.
I think Fine thought he was just going to be out if he went, but I don't think that McKay wanted to run. I don't know if that's because of his injury or if he just thought he'd done his job.
I'm not sure either. I think he didn't because of the bunt that he thought went off of his foot, but the ball changed directions, so I'm not really sure. But all the same, there's 2 outs. Skylar Messenger here, curveball first pitch, strike 1. 2 runners in scoring position as Goodlow advanced to second. on the bunt. And this pitch is off the plate. So we've had a lot of action today. 4 errors for the Chinooks, 2 for the Oilers. 10 hits to the 7, Oilers over the Chinooks. Off-speed misses low there, a 2-1 count. And then two-one count, 2 outs here to Skylar Messenger. And that pitch missing low, 3-1. I think Kendrick's got to go back with the fastball here. Granted, Villa does have a hit off him, but the way Kendrick's been able to get out of it today, he's trying to get out of it again. You got to try and blow one by Messenger. It'll be strike 2 on the lower third. You throw that same pitch, it's a tough pitch to hit. You know, you got to give credit. Messenger has hit the ball hard a few times today. He's got a great swing, the Kansas Jayhawk. Corbin Barker warming for the Chinooks. Runners at third and second in a 2-2 ball game. Kendrick a couple shakes, and he will work through this pitch. Delivery. Fastball hit hard. Foul ball. Down the right field line, tailed away from Daniel Freeman. And if Daniel Freeman can't grab it, I guarantee it'll be foul because that ball was hovering right at his head area, and so he just would have to reach up. And I think he knew it was foul as well. Good swing for Messenger to protect on the high fastball.
Definitely made me nervous.
Boy, what a game it's been.
It's been a weird one.
It has, you know, and both teams been doing so well in this game. Pitching staffs have been phenomenal today. Hitting's done great as well. Curveball misses high. It'll be a walk to load the bases.
Puts the force at any base, and it looks like we're going to see Barker.
We will pause here for a moment. Be back with bases loaded and a 2-2 ball game to face Villa. Well, a big situation here for both teams. The Chinooks trying to get out of it unscathed. For a second time today, bases loaded, 2 outs. A 2-2 ball game, and Corbin Barker into pitch as he'll throw strike one to Jonathan Villa. Left-hander has 1 hit today, 2 strikeouts, reached by error in the 6th, and then a ground out to first base. Dylan Gardner shading him to the right side as well. And again, Jaden Fine at third base. Next pitch. Fouled it away, 0-2.
Sam Brace is starting to throw in the bullpen in uniform. I don't know if he's thinking about coming in or if he's just keeping his arm loose. I thought he was scheduled to start tomorrow.
Yeah, Jack D'Amelio warming him up. He kind of just laughed. Sam overthrew him for the first warm-up pitch, and Jack just looked at him like, really? Time granted, Villa to step out here, and an 0-2 count from Corbin Barker, 2 outs.
Does not look like he's actually warming up. Looks like he was just throwing.
Yeah, Barker going to be a freshman next fall at UC Irvine for the first time being a collegiate athlete. Big swing and a miss, strike 3. Corbin Barker will get him, and it's 2-2 as we go to the bottom of the 11th inning. Bases stranded for the Oilers. They can't get ahead. Chinooks look to win it in the bottom of the 11th. Well, we're back for more extra innings. It's the bottom of the 11th, a 2-2 ball game. 10 hits for the Oilers, 7 for the Chinooks. Dylan Gardner, the on-deck batter, he's hustling over, grabbing I don't know what he did. He did something important.
I think it was a loose baseball.
Must have been a loose baseball, but he didn't hold anything back, right? Did he? It was a loose baseball. So, thank you, Wyatt. Hayden Keller, Dylan Gardner, Joe Brazil, 3 batters up here to face the right-hander who throws strike 1 of Brian Wu. Brian Wu, the 6'1", 190 freshman out of Cal Poly SLO, Alameda, California native. And that pitch misses low, a 1-1 count here to Hayden Keller. Keller in his first at bat, he drew the walk in the 9th.
Wu, we saw earlier in the game, he started to warm up in like the 8th inning, but
pops it up to right center, and Paul Stephenson underneath it will make out number 1 on the catch.
Anyway, Wu started to warm up, but he had to put on a jersey and his baseball pants because he wasn't expecting to be in this game. But nonetheless, here he is.
And so Dylan Gardner comes up to Never Had a Friend Like Me.
The Will Smith version.
Friend Like Me, yeah, the Will Smith version from the new Aladdin movie. Big swing and a miss there on the inside fastball from Brian Wu. That fastball misses inside against Dylan Gardner, a 1-1 count. Wu this season, 0-1 record, making his 6th appearance, and started 4 games originally, 20 2/3 innings on the mound, 28 strikeouts to his 10 walks, 17 hits given up, and a 4.35 ERA. Strike 2 right down the middle. 1-2 count, 1 out. Check swing, and the appeal, he did go around. And so the little hitch in Brian Wu's delivery gets Gardner down on strikes. Route number 2 brings up Joe Brazil. First pitch to Brazil is thrown wide in the righty-on-righty matchup. Brazil and Fullerton, the top of the order, coming back around on deck. So it'd be the 6th at bat with Pate. Chopped up the middle. Carlino, 2 hard steps. Will throw across his body to first on time. 3 up, 3 down inning, and the Oilers will send the offense back out as we're going to the top of the top of the 12th inning. Looking at the scoreboard, it says top of the 2nd. We're going to the top of the 12th. So an interesting question that Wyatt and I were just having a conversation about a few seconds ago is what happens if you're tied when it gets too dark to play anymore? There are no lights here at Lee Jordan, and that's a foul ball. Chris Beck, pitching coach, over to retrieve it. Here against Victor Carlino, second baseman. It's Carlino, Stephenson, and Bohall for the top of the 12th inning. And the Chinooks don't play the Oilers again. That fastball wide from Corbin Barker. So, and the Oilers are supposed to go home back to Kenai for 3 off days. Chinooks have a doubleheader tomorrow, and you can't play it before that.
No, you sure can't.
Ground ball hit hard down the first base line. Good fielding practice by one of the pitchers. He wasn't scared of it. He just stuck out his hands and made a nice play. So I wish we could give credit to him, but he's wearing a pullover. So sorry, buddy. 1-2 count, no outs.
Yeah, and as you said, the Oilers head back to Kenai, and they aren't coming back to Anchorage unless they make the playoffs.
Well, you are right. Big swing and a miss for Carlino. Out number 1 to the second baseman. Gets him swinging.
But let's hope the Chinooks put it away this inning and we won't have to worry about it.
Well, here's the thing is, because it's at Lee Jordan Field, you have to finish the game at Lee Jordan Field. So
Right.
no matter what, if it does get too dark, we can't play anymore, they have to come back and finish this game. You can't get it. It won't be a tie. Although I think both teams would want that at this point.
Yeah, I don't think it would be a tie, but I guess I don't know if the ABL would allow for that. I
They
wouldn't
make
assume
you-
so.
Yeah, I would assume, but they make you on games like this if they get too dark, then you have to make them up. Chopper to the left side, foul. Ryan Duran just looks at it, the assistant coach, third base coach for the Oilers. 1-1 count, 1 out here for Paul Stevenson. He's got 2 stolen bases today, been caught stealing once. A hit by pitch single for him, and the curveball just missing. I think he missed it across a little high. 2-1 count. This pitch wide, 3-1 count, 1 out. Barker trying to work all the way back here against Paul Stephenson. Barker 0-2 record, 6.04 ERA, his 11th appearance. Did make 1 start this season, 1 save in his favor. 22 1/3 innings on the mound, 23 strikeouts now, 8 walks. And he will pick up his 9th walk on 5 pitches to Paul Stephenson. So the go-ahead run at first base for Travis Bohal, with Jaden Fine on deck, his double back in the 11th. Pick off the first, safely in Stephenson. Stephenson today in stolen base attempts, he's 2 for 3. So look for him to try and put himself in scoring position against Travis Bohal. First pitch, strike 1, outer edge. Barker, one of 2 brothers on the team. Michael Barker, a starting pitcher. He'll pitch later in this week. He'll be a junior at Fresno Pacific University. Poked foul. Both are out of Ridgecrest, California. O2 pitch awaiting for Barker. Look to see if Stephenson will be on the move here against Bohal. Pick off again and safely in Stephenson. Well, as a base runner, you want to pick off multiple times as a pitcher because base runners get in their head a little bit once you keep picking. No pick there. Curveball misses high. Ball 1. Chinooks looking for a inning-ending double play. You got to be quick with it. Bohal has lightning speed. One-two delivery awaiting. Barker coming set. Stevenson a little extra. Pick off to first. And safely in. Well, Barker's very quick with his feet, but he doesn't release the ball when he lets go with his feet. He makes sure he makes an accurate throw, which is okay in this scenario. You don't want to move up the guy to third with 1 out. Choking up on the back. Bohal's next pitch. Hits one hard to right center. It's going to fall in. Jess Davis has a good arm. They're going to wave him around. Stephenson going to try and go, though. Be on the run, but it'll move runners to first and third. Pitch left up over the middle of the plate, and it's a single to right center. Brings up Jaden Fine. So runners on first and third here for Jaden Fine, who has a double today, and that's it.
The Chinooks will be looking to get the double play here, get out of this.
Jaden Fine has found himself on the mound as well as in the right-hander's batter's box this season. Fine, a outfielder from San Diego State, freshman there, Simi Valley, California native, 6'3", 205 right-handed hitter. Middle infield going to stay back. The corners will play even. First pitch, big swing and a miss to Chase. Again, Bohal with great speed. so he'll try and put himself in scoring position, with Camden Vasquez on deck. Trying to get Jaden Fine out here. Runner not going. Delivery away. Ball one. A 1-1 count here in the top of the 12th. Fans continuing to walk out as it's getting a little too late for them. But shout out to all the Chinooks fans who made it out to the ball game today and are tuning in currently. Runner goes. It's fouled back. So that will keep the double play in order here for Jaden Fine. And Corbett would like a big strikeout here. I'd also like for Fine not to run right here. Jaden Fine just looking for something deep to the outfield. We've seen our share of throws home to get them. Delivery. Chop to the third baseman. Going to go foul, and it's actually barehanded by Paul Stephenson. Took one away from Joe Brazil. And Silas Drayton, the home plate umpire, out to exchange the ball. Good pitch to spoil for Jaden Fine. It's a 1-2 count, 1 out. 2-2 ball game, top 12. Oilers have not scored. Runner goes. Off the end of the bat, going back. Dylan Gardner, he can't make the play. That's one run in, and Jaden Fine, a little bloop single, brings in the go-ahead run for the Oilers. They lead 3-2. Man, oh man, have we seen that a time or two and against the Chinooks these last few games. Just little dink singles that get past the infield. So now the Oilers down a run. It's 3-2, and brings up Camden Vasquez. Bobby Goodlow on deck. Runners on the corners. Double play in order. Will we see Fine try and swipe a bag? He's not going here. Big swing and a miss there from Vasquez. Sack bunt in the 11th for Vasquez. And J. Paul Fullerton out to give some signs. Has now been a 3-hour and 32-minute game. Runner not going here. Chop to the first base side. Goes foul. Jaden Fine just able a moment ago to poke one past Dylan Gardner. Can't make an out with it and just gets into center field. Runners move up to first and third, and a double play will help the Chinooks. Just misses off the plate. 1-2 count.
Good frame from J. Paul, but just not enough to get the call.
2 hits in this inning from Bohall, as well as Fine. Barker looking for a big strikeout here. And he hits it off the front of his foot, and that's not going to feel good. Drops the bat in anguish. Gritting his teeth a little bit. 1-2 count. We saw Trevor Cho do that a little bit earlier. Still runners on the corners with Bohall at third base. And I'm going to be honest, it's going to be very difficult. I think he'll tag on anything to the outfield. It's going to be very difficult to get him. And that's going to hit the same foot to load the bases, and now you got to face Bobby Goodlow. You have nowhere to put him. Barker having a tough time here finding the strike zone after getting ahead both times. So Vasquez will wear one in the foot on the second hit by pitch by the Chinooks today.
Goodlow hasn't seen a live pitch since the 5th inning. He's been intentionally walked 3 times.
Chinooks looking for a double play to keep it a 3-2 ball game down a run here in the 12th. And on deck is Brian Wu. They may just let him hit after taking the lead here. One-0 delivery. Good low, laces one to right field. That's a base hit. Corbett coming in. He's got a good arm. He'll throw one home, and they'll hold up everybody. So it's a 4-2 ball game on the RBI single by Bobby Goodlow. And that explains why he was walked 3 times intentionally. Chinooks in a tough spot now. They've got to face the left-handed hitting, right-handed throwing pitcher of Brian Wu.
The Oilers are in the same spot that the Chinooks are in, with a very limited bench at this point in the game.
First pitch is in the dirt, and you cannot afford to walk this guy. I mean, Brian Wu has not had a at-bat this season. And whether or not he hits a Cal Poly SLO, I do not know, but I'm not thinking that he does. He'll take one right down the middle, a 1-1 count.
Yeah, it may have been a few years since he's seen live pitching.
So Stephenson has come in to score, as has Travis Bohall. And Jaden Fine currently at third base. Chinooks down by 2. Big swing and a miss. Very big, healthy hack right there by.
Looks like he has the pitcher's mentality of swing hard in case you hit it.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if he connected with that fastball, he might have hit a grand slam. He swung so hard. 1-2 pitch. Corbin Barker looking for a strikeout. Ground ball hit to short. Gets past the ball. Past Pate Fullerton. 1 run is in. Jess Davis, a great arm. It's going to be home, and he's safe. 4 runs here in the top of the 12th inning. And so that ball was hit right at Marcus Dolan, the third base umpire, and it got past the glove of Pate Fullerton on a base hit for Brian Wu. So a 6-2 ball game now for Skylar Messenger, still 1 out.
After that hit, Brian Wu was standing halfway between first and second and fist pumping back to the dugout. I don't know if J. Paul Fullerton didn't see him or if there was nobody covering first, but they could have thrown him out easily. He was not paying any attention.
Yeah, no one was covering first because Daniel was cutting the ball, and so Dylan Gardner was actually at second. So there was nothing really you could do there. 0-1 count, 1 out. 14 hits now for the Oilers. They've come alive in this inning with 3 hits, a hit by pitch. 4 hits, a hit by pitch, and a walk. Pick off to first, and Daniel Freeman covering, but safely back in is Brian Wu. Chinooks in the bottom of this 12th inning will have Pate Fullerton and the top of the order coming back around. And they'll look to put up 4 as well. It is getting really dark here.
Yes, it is. It's getting a little hard to see that baseball.
This pitch is away, 2-1 count. And in Barker's last start, he did not give up. He had, I believe it was 6 punch-outs, maybe 8 punch-outs. I'm trying to remember. And did not give up a run or a hit. He had 6 punch-outs in 13 batters faced. That one capped foul, a 2-2 count. And he pitched 4 innings in relief in that 10-2 victory against the Miners. Got an update for you that the Pilots did, in fact, beat the Bucks. Won that game by a score of 7-2. Runners at first and second, double play in order. Smashes one high to left center. Jess Davis going back a few steps. Runners Bobby Goodlow is going to tag from second and actually won't move off the bag as Brian Wu goes back to first. And it brings up Jonathan Villa. Victor Carlino led off this inning with a strikeout. He's on deck. Well, I tell you what, Messenger hits the ball hard. He's got a great fluid swing, explosive. Just happened to lift that one a little too high. First pitch is ball one, a little high. Here with 2 outs in the top of the 12th. 4 runs given up. It's a 6-2 ball game. Bobby Goodlow, the RBI single to add to it to make it a 4-2 ball game. Then Brian Wu, the right-handed pitcher, a base hit past Pate Fullerton. I think Pate Fullerton might have actually had a chance at it. He dove a little late because he couldn't see the ball past Marcus Dolan, the third base umpire. 2-0 delivery, pops it up in foul territory. Got a chance, and J. Paul Fullerton makes the grab on the foul fly out to get Villa, but the damage is done. Chinooks give up 4 runs, and they're going to need 4 as we go to the bottom of the second, all facing Brian Wu.
So it will be Brian Wu to take the mound for the Oilers here in the bottom of the 12th inning, as Pate Fullerton steps in for his 6th at-bat tonight. He's had a single, a walk, 2 strikeouts, and a groundout. Chinooks are looking for 4 runs so that they can at least stay in this ballgame, hopefully 5 to win it. As that pitch is low and away for ball 1. Big swing through on the fastball. It's going to get Pate swinging. Yep.
1-1 count as there's no outs. Pate Fullerton swings through that pitch as well. Brian Wu trying to do it on both ends. He had the big double as well. Big single to score 2 runs through the infield. And Pate Fullerton with the top of the order back around here in the 12th, down 4. Big swing will get him. Strike 3. As that'll be the first out. And you can tell Brian Wu's trying to go pretty quickly. It's pretty dark. And I imagine you're going to get just straight fastballs trying to work right here. Jess Davis trying to keep it alive here with it as well. He'll take a deep breath, step in to left-hander's batter's box. Pitch missing low, ball 1. I think Davis trying to take as much time as he can, but Chinooks down 4 runs. I think Silas Drayton, the home plate umpire, is looking for this. As this is inside, and big swing there, fouled away. A 1-1 count, 1 out. So we've got one's across the board, one out. Villa setting up in again, and this pitch will miss all the way into the right leg, and that's going to be a hit by pitch for Jess Davis. He's going to reach.
I don't think Wu thinks that it hit him. He's asking the question.
Wu definitely didn't think so, but it put Jess Davis on as a base runner with the hit by pitch. Brings up J. Paul Fullerton here in the 12th. So you get it started with a hit by pitch. And J. Paul back up again. First pitch to J. Paul down the middle, strike one. J. Paul, 2 strikeouts today, a single back in his first at bat in the first. And 6 pitchers have come into the game for the Oilers. Runner goes, and safely sliding in Jess Davis.
That'll go as a defensive indifference.
Yeah, it goes as defensive indifference. Not going to make a throwdown when it's a 6-2 ball game. No one holding him either. Off the end of the bat, shallow center, and it's going to get down. J. Paul Fullerton going to be out by a step at first. Jess Davis staying put at second. Brings up Mason Corbett. Didn't want to get doubled up, and it really doesn't make a difference in that scenario. You just stay put. Try and stay at second. Brings up Mason Corbett, trying to get some 2-out magic for the Chinooks. They need 4 after giving up 4 in the top of the 12th. And all the same, though, if you run out of light, you just resume play where it ended. And so the Oilers still have a 4-run lead in that sense. First pitch, strike one on the corner to Corbett, and I think that one might have been a little bit outside.
Yeah, like you said, if we do happen to run out of light, then we will continue in this scenario. But I think with this close to the finish, they're just going to try and get it done.
And that one fouled back, and the bat goes all the way down the first base side. Sam Potter will have to pick it up. Ethan English over to retrieve the ball. 0-2 count, 2 outs. Chinooks down to their final strike here. Mason Corbett trying to keep things alive, find a way on base with 2 outs. Oilers have a chance to pick up a 13th win here and move to 13-26. Big swing there, strike 3, and the Chinooks will drop this one after giving up 4 in the 12th. It's a 6-2 win for the Oilers. They improve again to 13-26. Chinooks are now 11-24 on the season and fall from 4th to 5th place. Still 8, the magic number, though, and the Chinooks will look for some big wins moving forward. What a game it was, though, however. Wyatt, you want to take us through this next week?
Yeah, starting tomorrow, the Miners will be in town for a doubleheader, and then on Monday and Tuesday it'll be in Anchorage for the Pilots and Bucks respectively. Off day Wednesday, and then at the Pilots again on Thursday. Off day Friday, and then the Pilots here at Lee Jordan on Saturday. After that, there's only 3 games left, and again, the magic number for the Chinooks will stay at 8. But next week we're going to do a lot of scoreboard watching when the Oilers are playing, as it is going to be a tight race. The magic number for both teams is now 8.
It is, and the Chinooks have got to get 2 wins as well, and the Oilers control their own destiny. If they can beat the Bucks a few times, they've got 5 games and they've got 3 off days, as both teams will shake hands for the first time this season and for the last time. After the 11th game improving to 4 and 7 this season, the Oilers have beaten the Chinooks, but good job by the Oilers. Congratulations to them. A hard-fought game for both sides. Just happened to get 4 in the top of the second. It was a pitcher's game today, all the way through it. And a good job by Villa. You can see Villa hugging John Groth, the head coach for the Chinooks, as well as is Giancarlo Servine and John McKay, as well as Heath Olive. They did a great job. And so got to celebrate with those guys. Zach Sundine going to come over, give a hug to Jonathan Villa as well. But what a game it was, Wyatt. So many high points for both teams. Jess Davis, a solo home run to put the Chinooks up 2-1 back in the 6th. He had a really great day, and The Chinooks just happened to drop this one. They've got a doubleheader tomorrow, trying to get back on track. So thank you so much for listening and staying with us through this game. It was a long game. We thought it was flying by at the beginning, a 2-2 ball game, but the Oilers just prevail at 6-2 in that win. As for Josh Salem and Wyatt Wewell here for you, so long. God bless.